What's up, everybody? This is Johnny Basement. We're back here in the basement for the New York Yankees versus the Arizona Diamondbacks. Thank goodness I missed last night's game. Thank goodness I wasn't live for last night's game. I've been on all week. To miss a game last night, it looks like I missed the right one because, man, they did not do well last night. They did not do well. I caught the game in bits and pieces, and last night they did not do well. So that was they couldn't hit at all. They couldn't hit at all. Zach Gallen shut them down. I believe they had, 13 strikeouts, 3 hits when they took him out of the game? Crazy. Absolutely crazy. So it's whatever. It's in the past now. Let's get it going. Let's get back on here. Let's get the Yankees rocking and rolling. Carlos Carrasco is starting the game. Carlos Carrasco, the former Met, former Indian or Guardian, he's earned a spot because of all these injuries we have with Garrett Cole out for the year. And Clark Schmidt is out. I don't know how long he's out for. Luis Gil's not coming back till the All-Star break, maybe, and that's July? So we'll see what happens. But here we are, guys. It's ready to rock and roll. Already 0-1. Carrasco, 0-2. Good start, guys. This is a good start to it. So 0-2 already, and hopefully Carrasco can pitch a great game tonight. We got some – Will Warren did pitch well the other night. Even though we lost, Will Warren pitched a great game. That's a good sign for a young pitcher. Daniel, first cellar dweller accounted for. Daniel is in the basement. What's going on, Daniel? What's happening, man? Good to see you in here. Hold on a second here, Daniel. I just lost my screen. So, yeah, man, what's happening? Daniel, can you see me live right now, or is it not live? I guess it is. Daniel, can you hear me? Usually the other guys are in here by now, so once in a while I make a mistake. What's happening with you, Daniel? All right, it says that I'm on. Yeah, see that, Bruin? Why are you? Oh, there you are. OG cellar dweller and basement bouncer. Bruin's in the basement. Daniel's here? Yeah, can't you see him up here, Daniel? Right there, look. Daniel, there he is. It's not showing there. That's weird. That's weird. And you can't see him on the screen. I can. Flip, another cellar dweller accounted for. Flip's in the basement. Wow. And I put his highlight on the screen. I'm looking at it right here. You can't see it? Let me go to my other channel. Oh, yeah, it's not on there. That is bizarre. I'm not kidding you guys either. It really says it. I'm not losing my mind. I promise you, I'm not losing my mind. It really does show it. 2-1 right now on Perdomo. Top of the first. 2-2. Carlos Carrasco. So anyway, Bruin, you're in the basement. That's good. Let me see Flip. I'm telling you. Bruin, I don't know, man. I don't know what's going on. I'm going to take a picture of it so you guys don't think I'm lying. I'm looking at it. Daniel Berry Sports Highlights. Right here. I'm staring at it. See where my fingers are? Right here. But when I go to my channel, I don't see him either. William, another cellar dweller accounted for. Raider. Mr. Raider is in the basement. What's going on? Thank you very much. You can always thank my wife, Rock, for that, man. She hooks me up with all these things. Yeah, now I see it. Do you see it, guys? I see it on my channel. I'm looking at it. Daniel Sports. Berry Sports. All right, well, we're going to move on from that. But I'm telling you, he's there. This is nuts. Hold on a second. Checking one thing. Maybe my brain's having BTD. I'm telling you, it's on the Basement Squad channel also. Maybe he deleted it before I caught it. I don't know. Anyway, William in the basement. And Bruin, our basement bouncer and hockey ambassador. What a rundown by Oswaldo Cabrera. What a rundown. Beautiful. I don't know, Bruin. That was very odd. I'm telling you. Well, just for Daniel's awesome in here, but for him to be the first one in here was like, wow, because usually Angus or you, Bruin, are the first one in here. Moving right along. Andre, another cellar dweller accounted for. Go New York, go New York, go. Let's go. Man, boy, am I glad I missed last night's game. I only saw it in pieces, but every time I turned it on, another Yankee was striking out. My goodness. So much for the torpedo bat uproar that everybody had the first weekend when the Yankees scored 36 runs. Oh, my gosh, what an uproar, especially by Red Sox fans. How lame was that? I mean, calm down. Calm down. What do you think, they were going to go undefeated? Speaking of undefeated, how about the Dodgers and the Padres? How about the Padres 7-0? Atlanta is 0-7. Ouch. And they had a 5-0 lead yesterday and blew that. Flip is because we're in the basement. You know the answer. 0-2 now. Carrasco looking good. 0-2. 2 outs. 0-2. Rick the Ninja. OG cellar dweller accounted for. Rick the Ninja in the basement. What's up, Rick? Hey, Rick, man, I saw Anthony DeClaire, man, asked Patrick Waugh for a leave of absence, basically. A leave of absence after Waugh ripped them for not putting any effort in whatsoever, I guess. But Waugh said they had a really good conversation today, but, he's going to let him have his time. Crazy. Going on anyway, Rick, yeah, that's what I saw that just before I came on. Love these lives, bro. Thank you, William. I really appreciate that, man. We're all just fans in here, just a bunch of fans talking crap, talking whatever. So we got Ben Rice in tonight. Austin Wells is not playing. We got to win this game. We can't get swept after such a monstrous opening over the weekend. We can't get swept. Come on with that. Bro, what's up, guys? William, got a few more pair of Jordan 1s. They are my favorite. That's awesome, man. I know you're into the sneakers, man. I know. It's funny. I'm into jerseys, like I told you, and T-shirts, man. I'm into all different types of jerseys, man. One thing I will never do, down in order, go the Diamondbacks. That's what I'm talking about. 3 up, 3 down. Let's go. I will never a home and an away jersey for the Yankees. You'll never see me with a name on the back. I don't believe in that. I'm an old school Yankee fan. Because people have asked me, well, you have Judge's name on other jerseys because they aren't traditional home or away jerseys. They're all-star jerseys, alternate jerseys at one time or another. Those are different. An all-star jersey is going to have their name on the back. I'm talking about the traditional home and away jersey for the Yankees. You'll never see me with a name on the back. It's not right. It's not right. It's not the Yankees. I'm sorry. That's just the way I am. I'm an older generation with the team. They never had names on the back, and I don't get the home and away with the names on the back. So for those that were asking, why do I have Judge's name like I wore over the weekend, that black and gold one I had on? And I have a couple of other all-star jerseys with it because the names are on the all-star jerseys. That's why. Anyway, just turned out the Brewers are just garbage. Yes, and you know what? It killed Monday when the Royals beat the Brewers 11-1. 11-1, not one batter on Kansas City used the torpedo bat. Not one. So maybe, just maybe, the Brewers pitching is trash. Maybe. So we got Ben Rice, Bellinger, Judge, Chisholm, Dominguez, Volpe. Trent Grisham's getting the start tonight in center field. So there's no Cody Bellinger tonight either. Oh, wait, yes, there. Didn't I say Bellinger's name? I went through that so fast I couldn't keep up. Running out of room with all these sneakers. I hear you, man. William, do you ever look through your sneakers at times, all the collection that you have, and forget that you had a certain style? I did that like this today. I was like, oh, yeah, I'm going to wear that today. There's so many different Yankee jerseys and styles that I've literally looked through. I forgot I had this one. I'm like, oh, I'm going to wear that tonight. It's a nice problem to have. Hey, it used to be bottles of liquor. I don't do that anymore. I don't drink anymore. So now it's better things. Ben Rice. Boy, he hit that one hard, but oh, wait, back to the wall, not over, automatic double. And that sucks because he was rounding second. He cracked that to dead center, but the way the outfielder was moving, I thought he was going to catch it. And then I think he misread it because he slowed down right there, and then he started sprinting to the wall. Yeah, that's what happened. He thought, Thomas thought he was like had it zoned in right before the warning track, and then it was like, oh, no. I'm sure he said something different than oh, no, and then started sprinting to the wall, but it was too late. Ground rule double. Cody Bellinger is playing. Why did I say he wasn't? Because we're in the basement. I read that batting order too fast. Bellinger's hitting .294 on the year in 5 games, 1 home run, 6 ribbies. He's been a nice addition. We know that. Bruin, salute, bro. Manav, OG Cellar Dweller accounted for. Manav's in the basement. What's up, Manav? Yankees had 14 strikeouts in Tuesday's game and 15 yesterday. Let's get some hits today, huh? That's a lot. 19. Oh, that's not 19. That's 29. How about that? Everyone's doing great here as far as I'm concerned, Manav. How about you, man? If you show up, you're doing great. That's what I'm assuming. How about yourself, my man? How's Cali? 2-1 man on second. We got to get him home. Being Johnny Obvious right now. Man in scoring position, you got to get him home. Got to get him home. Up. Hold on, guys. Basement boss calling. Hey, babe. I'm live. I said the basement boss is calling. We're doing this right on the air.
Okay. No. All right. I'll call you later.
I'm Desiree's here. I'm going to go up to the birds.
I'll call you back.
Okay, babe. Bye. All right, guys, back. I'm back. 1 second. One second.
The payoff, way inside. Bellinger walks. Here's the Diamondbacks defense tonight. Gurriel Jr. in left. Thomas is on center. Corbin Carroll's over right. Infield Suarez, Perdomo, Hanson, and Smith third to first. Herrera behind the plate. Josh Naylor, the DH, and Kelly's on the mound. Yankees at first and second. Nobody out. And here's Aaron Judge.
Aaron Judge is up now. First and second, nobody out. I don't know. I heard it was paternity leave, but I haven't looked too much into the Declare situation. Yeah, apparently he just hasn't been doing a whole lot this season since they signed him to a 4-year deal, the Islanders. I don't know either. I just read about it today that he was taking a leave, and they're like, what, 5 points out of the second wild card spot? The Rangers, by the way, last night, wow. I caught the third period of the game. They gave up a goal in 20 seconds to make it 4-4. Then they went to overtime. So, Judge, what? Boom, 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 boom. 3-run homer. Aaron Judge, 3-run homer. 3-run bomb for Judge. I know, Rocco. Isn't that awesome? 3-run homer for Judge. Boom, boom, boom. I know, Rocco. It's crazy. 3-0 Yankees. That's what I'm talking about. Let's get this thing going underway. Willie, I'm rocking my Raiders hoodie now. Ha, silver and black for life. That's what I love. Loyalty to the team, man. No matter what, loyalty to the teams. Like I said, I'm just taking the offseason off when it comes to the Jets. I'm still a fan going into my 44th year as a Jet fan. I'm just taking the offseason off. I'll see what happens when it translates to the field. We'll see what happens. Bruin, Duclair is washed. Duclair's been on 9 teams. The Islanders is his 9th team. The Rangers drafted him 2013 maybe. I know he started with the Rangers in 2015, 14-15 season, and he lasted I think he only played like 20 games with us, and then we traded him. Rick and Williams up. Yo, Bruin, William, thinking about a Brock Bowers jersey. I hope he's a Raider for life. Best tight end in football. Jazz Chisholm grounds out to second, but he almost beat it. Hustling. See, that's what I'm talking about. Hustling down first base. He grounded to second, and he's doing a full sprint down the line. One of my pet peeves in baseball is guys that half-ass it when they ground out to third or short second. They just think, what's the point? And they're jogging. And that happened to Vientos in the Met game the other day, and Lindor and the manager Mendoza and Frankie Lindor got on him about that. Like, because Dominguez gets a single, bottom of the first, one out, and Dominguez on first. Vientos grounded, think about this, the third base, and he jogged. He started jogging down the first base line, and he heard the crowd and everybody starting to really yell, and he looked over. The guy, the third baseman, bobbled the ball. He bobbled the ball so he had time to pick it up, and then he started sprinting, and he still almost beat it out, but he would have beaten it out had he sprinted from the get-go. And that's the problem. He just stood jogging. He didn't even know the guy missed the ball. He misplayed the ball. So you gave him an opportunity to pick it up and throw you out at first. I hate guys that don't sprint out the ball, man. You get paid all this money, you can sprint. Giancarlo Stanton is the only one that gets a pass because his knees are so bad that Michael Kay and Paul O'Neill, the announcers for the Yankees, always say, if you're a fan, don't get mad at him. He really is sprinting. I mean, he's running as hard as he can. Volpe back to the warning track. Made the play on the track. I know, and William, the thing with buying today's players' jerseys, you hope they stay, because I usually buy jerseys that are legendary players for the team. Like Curtis Martin for the Jets or Joe Klecko, Joe Namath, legends. I did take a chance, and I bought a Breece Hall and a Sauce Gardner. Now, they better stay with the team. They better stay with the team. With the Rangers, I got Panarin and Igor. They better stay with – well, Igor is staying now. Trent Grisham hit a big shot. That was off the wall. That's off the wall. Dominguez running home, run home, run home, run home. Trent Grisham with a double off the left field wall. Boom. 4-0 Yankees. 4-0. Rocco, can you believe this? And that went right off his glove, too. I got to keep up with the banner. This is great. Rocco is here. Everybody wants his TV time. Rocco wants his TV time. Yep. He can't believe it. He was laying there saying, Dad, what is going on? J.C. Escara, the former Uber driver, made the New York Yankees. Go figure. That's a story. Made the New York Yankees. J.C. Escara is getting his first start tonight. He was an Uber driver and substitute teacher in 2022 after being released by the Orioles. Signed that was in 2022. He kept trying and kept trying. He's 29 years old, and he made it. He hit 302 in AAA this spring training. He hit 302 in AAA, 52 games last year, and he did well in spring training, so here he is. Here he is. Tony, another cellar dweller, another Ozzy accounted for. Tony's in the basement. Is he another? Oh, yeah, Flip was in here. Flip was the first Ozzy in here. Bellinger is in the 2 spot tonight. Yeah, Rick. Hasn't he always been batting in the 2 spot? Or they've been playing him, batting him in the 3rd from time to time, right? William, oh, yes, some Jordans I forgot I had. Isn't that great? I'm not even a rich man. But jersey-wise, there are some I forget I have. And this was one of them. I'm like, oh, my gosh, I got to wear that one tonight. I haven't worn this one in a long time. Because I try to line them up by home, away, all-star, alternate kind of thing. And this one was sitting behind. This one was the last in the rack. So I was like, oh, wow, let me put that on. Best logo in baseball and most famous one. Yes, sir. Amen. JC Escara, 2-1 on him, 2 out, man on second. Come on, Escara. That's a fly out to the catcher. Or to the third baseman. Either way, it's an out. Iconic logo. Yes, sir. Yep, that's right, Rick. Let me catch up on these. Also, the Dodger logo and unis are iconic too. They are, Rick, but we don't want to talk about the Dodgers. We don't want to compliment the Dodgers on anything. But yes, it is. It really is. And of course, the Raiders have the best logo, helmet, jersey in the NFL. Period. The black and silver and I'm not a Raider fan. The black and silver and the helmet logo is the best looking, meanest looking logo and jersey in the game. It's a shame. As an NFL fan, it's a shame. The Raiders need to be in the mix. They need to be in the mix. It's just not the same without the Raiders not being in the mix. They need to be in the mix, man. They just do. Mick, another cellar dweller, another Ozzy in the basement. Mick is here. What's going on, Mick? You guys know me. I'm just skipping over everybody saying hello to each other. You all can read it too. I'm just catching up. William, great breakaway from Panarin. Beautiful by Trocheck. 26 seconds into the Ranger overtime last night. Boom, goal. The defense has got to pick it up. Got to pick it up. Cooper, big ups to Cooper, man. Cooper's in the basement. Another cellar dweller accounted for. Cooper, what's going on, man? Thanks for the support, my man. Thanks for the support. William, Judge is on another 60-homer season. Can you imagine if Judge didn't have the horrendous April he had last year, where he would have beaten his record? He would have beaten his own record. It's like he missed a month because he missed spring training. And people think that's shouldn't be a big deal for a superstar. It is a big deal. In baseball, it's timing. You got to get your timing down with the bat. Spring training is very important. I don't personally watch spring training because I can't get hyped up about games that don't count. It's just like I always tell you, I can't get hyped up about a game that I recorded that I already know the score. It takes the drama out of all of it, and there's no drama in spring training. But for the players, you need to get your timing down. Cooper, thank you so much, man. That you didn't have to do that, man. I really appreciate that, man. Thank you. Thank you, Cooper. Much appreciated, man. Much appreciated, my man. Appreciate the support on the channel, man. Big time. Thank you, Cooper. Thank you very much. William, Chris Kreider can't leave. Oh, man, I know. But you know what? They might have to make some tough decisions. Can't stay. Bless you, Johnny. Cooper, man, thanks for dropping in. Always appreciate it, man. I'll get some soccer games in here. Hopefully on Saturday I'll be able to do the Red Bulls game, man. 7:30, they're playing Chicago. That's a big game. It's a big game. Big game, man. So, and Red Bulls got to bounce back from losing to the 0-3 New England Revolution. I know they have a hard time playing in New England. That's just unacceptable. 3-0, top of the second. 3-0 on Josh Naylor. Walk, 4-pitch walk. I hate when players – yeah, I know. I don't like it, man. And I like that Vientos on the Mets got called out by a leader in Frankie Lindor and his manager. Dude, just because you hit a ground out to second, short, or third, yes, 99% of the time you are out. But it's that one time that you are just jogging. And Vientos admitted that he wasn't wrong. You know, they weren't wrong for speaking to him like that. When he heard the crowd yelling, he's like, "What?" And he looked over. The guy had bobbled the ball. And then you start sprinting, and it's two. And what makes it worse is if you look up the play, once he sprinted, he still got beaten by half a step. Man, had you been running, you would have been safe. And I believe that was in the game the Mets lost. Bruin, shout out to Cooper. Amen. Charles Woodson, legendary jersey. Yes, like I have a Darrell Rivas, man. You got to have the legends, man. The all-time greats. Woodson, Rivas, all-time greats at their positions. All-time greats. I have a Rivas. You guys are old enough to remember the New York Titans. Remember when the Jets wore the blue and gold New York Titans, the original name of them before the Jets? I have a Darrell Rivas in that version. Oh, that's a flyout. We got a man on first, nobody out. 2-2. on Gurriel because he walked Naylor on 4 pitches. Go Yanks. Yes, sir, Cooper. Captain, another cellar dweller accounted for. Captain's in the basement. This looks like it might drop in. Jazz running back. Volpe runs over and gets the ball. 1 out. 1 out. 1 out. Vlad. Who are the top 5 hitters in Major League Baseball, in my opinion? Like all time or now? Now? Ohtani? Judge, Soto. I mean, those are 3 right off the bat. Ohtani, Judge, Soto.
Here's Eugenio Suarez with the grand slam in the first game of the
Don't do it. Don't do it. Oh, right down the line. Oh, he kind of like logged into there at second base. You're talking all time. I think the 2 greatest hitters of all time, greatest hitters, the top 2 to me, pure hitters, Ted Williams, Tony Gwynn, Pete Rose. These guys were major hitters. Major. Those are like my top 3 right there. And not even that in that order. But those are like my top 3 right there. Gwynn, Williams, Rose, Gwynn, Williams. Well, however you want to put them. Those are the greatest hitters of all time to me. The top 3. Yes, Babe Ruth was a monster home run hitter. I'm talking pure hitters. To think that Tony Gwynn had one season where he struck out 19 times and 585 at-bats. Only 19 times. The Yankees themselves, as a group, struck out 29 times in 2 days. Panarin cannot. They better not. Of all people, don't get rid of Panarin. Of all people, don't get rid of Panarin. Come on. 4-1. Arizona got the run in on the sacrifice fly. It's 4-1 now. 4-1. Let me change that. You guys got to remind me to change this thing. Let's see. 1 second here, guys. Bear with me. You know the deal.
Just make sure that you block it. Don't give them a run here for 2 outs.
Bruin. What's up, Major? Salute to Rocco. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Bruin says, what's up, Mick? Have clicked the like button on the way into the room. That's right. Everybody hit that like button. Hit the like button. Let's go. Rocco, only Dodger hate is permitted in the basement. That's right. Right. The Dodgers are ridiculous, man. They're ridiculous. And you know what? A fully healthy Yankee, if our team is fully healthy, we can challenge them. We can definitely challenge them. If our team is fully healthy, pitchers, the whole thing, even with Cole being out, when our whole team comes back fully healthy, watch out, man. I really think we're going to be a problem for them. I'm telling you, William, me too. Me too. Oh, I'll show you that now. This was the Jets when they were the New York Titans, right? And that was 2008. I mean, that's the jerseys from freaking 60s, but this is when they last wore it. I think 2008. Rebus, yeah, yep. Mick doing great. Johnny, what's the score? It's right there at the bottom of the screen, Tony. See at the bottom of the screen, I got this really cool thing now. I got the banner rolling. It's 4-1 Yankees. After yesterday's horrendous game, even though Volpe almost brought him back in the 9th inning with the 3-run homer, it was just too little too late. Too little too late. We're coming up the bat now. We're up 4-1. Aaron Judge hit a 3-run homer to get us started. Bottom of the second now, right? Rick, that was a nice win. Oh, man, Rick, that was a nice win. Well, I turned it on in the third period. I missed everything up till then. Oswaldo Cabrera leading off the bottom of the second right now. Strike one on him. The minute I turned the game on, the Rangers were up 4-3. The third period started. We made a terrible pass right in front of our own net, of course, leaving Igor out to dry. Boom, goal, 4-4. Great win in overtime. They needed those 2 points, man. I think we're tied with Montreal right now at 79 points, but technically Montreal has the edge on us. I can't even believe – no way this guy has a Yankee Ellsbury jersey. Not only does he have an Ellsbury – can you imagine this guy's wearing – they just showed the fans in the stands. There's a fan wearing a home Yankee jersey, and had the nerve to actually have Ellsbury's name on the back. Ellsbury's name is on the back. Like, you don't put the name on the back of a Yankee jersey to begin with, but if you're gonna do it, you're gonna have Jacoby Ellsbury? You got to be kidding me, man! That guy stole money from us. Funny, Ben Rice took Juan Soto's number 22. Geno Smith is on the Raiders, yes, and they extended him already. They extended him. There you go, William. Always good to get a good haircut, man. I know it. I hear you. Haven't had a haircut since I had – oh, my gosh, Mick. Well, thank goodness you survived that. Yeah, sorry, Mick. Well, geez. Well, obviously you survived it, man, so glad to still have you here. And you haven't had a haircut since then? Man, thank goodness you survived that. That's scary for all of us. Oh, there you go, Bo Jackson. Bo Jackson. I know people tell me Dion was the greatest two-way sports player. I'm like, Bo Jackson was the greatest two-way sports player. I'm sorry. I know he got injured, but Bo Jackson was the greatest two-way sports player. He was the greatest two-way sports player. I'm sorry. Bo Jackson gets that, and I love Deion Sanders. I remember when he started with the Yankees. Deion Sanders, greatest cover cornerback of all time. Look, greatest baseball, football, two-way player, it's Bo Jackson. Cody Bellinger up. We got a man on first. Bond, another cellar dweller, another Ozzy accounted for. Bond's in the basement. What's going on, Bond? Excuse me 1 second, guys.
It's amazing how just the follow through with that hardwood bat, which is on the back of the hand.
I just had it. 0-1 on Bellinger, 1 out. Still here, Manav. Keep fighting, buddy. Mick. Bond.
Well, so much of it is about bat speed. He's got bat speed. He really puts everything to every swing. Diving back is right.
William, Johnny, I also have 2 Max Crosby authentic jerseys. Max Crosby's a guy that definitely has to stay with the Raiders. That is a great jersey, man. That's an awesome jersey to have. Max Crosby's been through a whole lot, man, from drinking and stopping the drinking and becoming just a monster in the game and a monster human being. Just a great human being. B-O-D that like button. B-O-D that like button. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Struck out Bellinger. Bellinger struck out. Here comes Aaron Judge, who hit a 3-run homer already. Yankees all time, fewest games to hit 500 extra base hits. DiMaggio, Gehrig, Aaron Judge is third behind those two legends. Wow. He's third. Fewest to get to 500 extra base hits, which means a double, triple, or a home run. How you doing, Bond from Manav? William, the Dodgers are ridiculously stacked. They have everybody. They even tried to get Juan Soto. But Juan Soto didn't go there. I'm telling you, it's my own personal opinion. I believe Juan Soto left the Yankees. Forget about the money. I mean, the Yankees offered him 15 years, $760 million, right? And he got $765 from the Mets. So when you're talking about that, now it's a matter of what team you want to play for. And I really think he left the Yankees. Yes, he said he believes the Mets down the road have a better future than the Yankees do. But the Yankees always find a way. Come on, it's been over 30 years we've been above 500 team. The Yankees always find a way to stay above 500 and be competitive. Judge flew out to right field. I believe Soto left because it was never going to be his team. It's going to be Aaron Judge's team as long as Judge is here. And I think Soto didn't want to wait another 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 years before Judge retires. I really personally feel that's part of the reason why. It's Judge's team. It would have never been Soto's team while Judge is here. And it's the same reason why he probably didn't go to the Dodgers, because it definitely wouldn't have been his team with Ohtani there. Now, Soto is a generational hitter. He's one of the best players of the game, definitely of this generation. But he wouldn't have been the number one man. Now on the Mets, people could say, yeah, Lindor, but yeah, Soto's better than Lindor. It'll be Soto's team. I would give all the respect in the world to Frankie Lindor. I think the guy's a baller, plays 110 at all times, had a hell of a season last year, carried that Mets to the NLCS when they started the season 9-15. 9-15! They were awful. They had a 9-15. They were 9-15 in May. They were so bad. They were 17 and a half games behind the Phillies, I think, at the All-Star break. All right. And they beat the Phillies in the playoffs and then went on the NLCS and took it to the Dodgers, man. They went down swinging. So I have all the respect in the world for Lindor. But it's Soto's team now, and everybody knows it. Soto's team completely. That's just my opinion. I think that's why I left the Yankees. Big reason why. Top of the third, now we're going still 4-1 Yankees. The jersey, thank you, man. I appreciate it. Yeah, that's I wanted to get something different, and I'm like, the Titans jersey is one that isn't shown that often, so. Yeah, I liked it. I like it too, man. That Titans jersey, it was nice, man. I said, let me get it. I have a Revis jersey and a white and green jersey, but I said, man, I want to get a legendary Titans jersey, and I forgot that they had worn that jersey in 2008, like around the last time the Jets were good, 08, 09, 2010. Gunner, OG cellar dweller and basement bouncer accounted for. Top of the third inning. Herrera up, the ninth guy in the order for the Diamondbacks, and pitch 2. 1-1. Gunner, basement bouncer accounted for. Gunner's in the basement. Manav, I'm going great, mate. Hope all's well. G'day, Gunner. Hey, Bruin. Feeling pretty confident about my picks this round. Not going to lie. Lined out to Cabrera. 1 down. Lined out to Cabrera. 1 down. Toronto Blue Jays, 5-2, Gunner. 5-2 Blue Jays. Guess who's sitting in first? Congratulations, Gunner. I did see that. I saw that. They're 5-2. Go ahead, Blue Jays, man. Go ahead, Blue Jays. 5-2. That's a nice feeling, Gunner. Good for you, man. I know so much for the torpedo bat, Gunner. I was saying that earlier before you were in here. Like the Yankees have struck out 29 times in the last 2 games. I mean, up until Volpe's 3-run homer last night, they've been looking pretty bad the last couple of games. Can't find hits. The torpedo. Look how overreaction central, man, the first 3 games of the weekend because they beat the Brewers 36-14 in total in 3 games. Look at overreaction central. Oh, these torpedoes. Oh, they're cheating. Oh, now look at the Yankees. They've lost 2 games. They're 3-2 now. I mean, give me a break. He's not ashamed about it. Oh, no, I'll tell you what, he shouldn't be. Strike 1, that was a ball. This umpire is caught. I'll take it because it's for us. But, man, that thing was like, you see my hand? Off screen. Off screen. Ball. I mean, it was like this much off the strike zone. He called a ball. I called a strike. We'll take it. The Pies were hot last night. I watched the game this morning. That was a brutal first half, too, Bon. That was a brutal first half, man. There was a lot of pushing, shoving, knocking down. What happened? Kernow and Chris were, I mean, those guys are ballers, man. Kernow is really nice, man. That dude can play on the Blues. Really nice player, man. I loved it. That was a great game. They were going back and forth for a while. That first half was tight. I think it was 25-23 at the end of the first half, if I'm correct. That was a tight game. Who's that guy's name? DeGoey? He was everywhere for the Pies. DeGoey, he was everywhere. Side bottom, what is he, 33 years old? That guy's still playing, man, like playing really well. That was a great game, Bon. I've seen about 3 footy games this season so far, and that was the best one I've seen. Well, those 2 teams have met what, Bon, like 265 times, give or take. That's like a deep rivalry between those 2. That was a really good game, Bon. Good shout out on that, man. Raiders. You will see. Yeah, we know William. I always know when you're in here, man. It's William Caps. That should be his name, William Caps. Thoughts on the Geno extension? Yeah, William, you're a Raiders fan. What are your thoughts on that? It's better ball out. I mean, he's been playing really well. Anybody else a little surprised the Vikings let Sam Darnold go after the season he had for them? Because they're putting all their money on McCarthy, who had a pretty serious injury last year, right? And they got rid of Darnold. Like, Darnold had a great year. He had a really good year for them. I don't know. Now the Seahawks are taking another Jet quarterback that became good years later. Yep, he's getting paid. Mick, the Blues are going to finish last. Are the Blues, what are they, 0-5? They've lost 4 in a row now, right? They lost like 4 in a row? Max is definitely the face of the Raiders. No question about that. How many Iron Maiden shirts do I have? At least 6 or 7. I'd say 6 or 7. 6 or 7, definitely. About 6 or 7 of those. I got like 4 Anthrax. Probably about 3 Megadeth, 5 Motley Crue, 4 Public Enemies, 3 Cypress Hills, 2 Princes, a few Metallicas. I got some stuff, man. Just a few Rush t-shirts. Bond, as long as the Bombers don't finish last, we had another player injured at training. Oh, boy. Jazz up now. Bottom of the third. Jazz up. The D-backs didn't do anything. Come on. We can't get swept. We got to win tonight so we avoid getting swept. Bottom of the third. Jazz is up. Let's go, Jazz. Dead center back. Oh, no. It's not even going to the warning track. Forget it. Just a few feet inside. A few feet before the warning track. All right, Jazz flew out dead center. Brings up Jason Dominguez, who's 1-1 today, 1 for 1. Rangers play Saturday, 12:30. Bond, we won in overtime last night. Rangers won in overtime, got a very important 2 points. Very important 2 points last night. We're tied. I say tied points-wise with Montreal Canadiens, 79 apiece for the last wild card spot. Technically, if the season ended today, Montreal has us. They have us edged, and I don't know where in this. Maybe it's in the conference in the East. They have us edged, maybe in head-ups. I don't know, but technically, both have 79 points. But technically, Montreal has. Maybe they've beaten us in the season series. I don't know. That one I don't know. But there's 7 games left. More points to be had. The Rangers play the Devils. Big rivalry game Saturday at 12:30. I'm going to try to be on for that, guys. I'm going to try to be on for that one. Anthony Volpe up. That's going to be a fly out. Maybe. Drops in. Volpe makes the first, the old school can of corn call. I hate the term personally, can of corn. I hate the term personally, but he hit it off the end of the bat, and it goes right over the second baseman, in between the second baseman who's backing up, and the outfielder's running in, and it lands in between them. It's kind of like no man's land. Nice, man. I got two Panarin jerseys. One has the A on it. The other, I don't know if the other one does. It was older before he got that. I got a Brian Leach also, man. Got a Brian Leach, a Messier, Lundqvist. I try to stay with the legends because I don't like – like, for instance, the Jets just released C.J. Mosley. I'll still wear my C.J. Mosley jersey proudly because he was a great middle linebacker for the Jets, and he was one of the better middle linebackers in the league of his era. So he was a good Jet. Like, there's certain jerseys, if the player's not there anymore on the team, that you could still wear where people aren't going to be like, man, why do you still wear that jersey? You know, we have some players that you wouldn't do that with. Like Santonio Holmes, no one's wearing that. Jamal Adams, no one's wearing a Jamal Adams Jet jersey. No one. You know, there's certain jerseys you just don't wear anymore. Like no one's wearing a Rangers Sean Avery jersey. There's no one wearing that. No one. Trent Grisham up 2-0. 3-0 now. Manab, are you watching the IPL Cricket League, Bon? Manab, no, I haven't been watching. I might try to catch the next game. I like the IPL. Manab, for those that don't know, everybody knows he is our cricket ambassador. Sneezy, Schnozzy, Snoozy, Snazzy in the basement. Another cellar dweller accounted for. Let's go, Yankees. Yes, Snazzy. Yes, the Rangers. Goodness gracious, dude. Man, they make you sweat this stuff out. I turned it on in the third period when the Rangers were up 4-3. Oh, Grisham, that is gone. That is definitely gone. Boom, 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 boom. Trent Grisham, the guy I said they had to keep and was happy that they kept. He tagged that one. Tagged it. First home run of the season for Trent Grisham, who is our bench player, Gold Glove, extravaganza player. What a guy to have come off the bench, Trent Grisham. What a player of his magnitude to be on the bench. He'd be a starter on a lot of teams. And I'll tell you what, he gets the hits. He does get the hits. He doesn't get hits all the time, but I'll tell you what. I mean, he nailed that one. Boom! Woo! That pitcher threw a belt-high fastball to a fastball hitter. Man, he put that one in the parking lot. Put that right in the stands. I mean, dude, that fastball had no movement on it. Belt high. I mean, that is right in his wheelhouse. The minute he hit it, I knew it was gone. The pitcher, Kelly, didn't even turn around. He knew it was gone. I love when the pitchers don't even turn around. Escara flew out. That'll end the inning. The Yankees are up 6-1 thanks to Trent Grisham. Boy, what a – and, you know, this guy could be a starter on other teams, and he stayed with the Yankees knowing that he's not going to be starting every day. Top of the fourth coming up. He came over, by the way. Remember, he was like a throw-in player in the Soto deal. Here, take Trent Grisham also, the Padres. Yankees, you're going to have to take Trent Grisham also. Okay, we'll take him. Thanks. So, yeah, I can't believe the Knicks. Oh, man. I caught all the later parts of the game. I told you guys I couldn't be on yesterday, so I missed a big part of all the beginning of the games. The Knicks were up by, as I understand, they're up by like 15 in the second quarter. They haven't. We're third in the East. We haven't beaten the Celtics once. We haven't beaten the Cavs once. And just for fun, on the Western teams, we didn't even beat. We played the Thunder twice and lost both times. Maybe it'll be one of those things where we get to the playoffs and we start beating teams. That's when it matters. We'll see what we do in the playoffs. Nick, the front bar has been funny this year. Oh, for footy. I do not, William. I do not. William, I wasn't a big Misfit fan. I respect them. I respect their longevity. I wasn't a big Misfit fan. Sorry, man. I always tell the truth on here, man. I don't lie. I know a lot of people that are Misfits fans. I'm a diehard Rush fan. I know plenty of people that do not like Rush. Plenty. But I'm a diehard Rush fan as well. So, no, I don't have any of those, William. But we're on the same page with a lot of other bands. I have a lot of Judas Priest T-shirts also, by the way. Snazzy. Mick. I keep forgetting about the front bar. It's probably the best show on. I've seen it a couple times when I had the app. I did not get the AFL app this year, guys, because last year I had such problems with it. The first year I was fine. Last year, you know, if I get buffering here and there once in a while, fine. Last year it happened all the time. I missed so many games because of that. And I ended up watching the games and recording them on Fox. I'm not even going to risk wasting my money this year on that. And they show so many games on Fox Sports here of footy, and they show the top games like Collingwood and Carlton. They showed that game, so I recorded it. They show some Hawthorne Hawks games. So I don't need the app. Summer's right around the corner, man. Unbelievable. It's already April. It's right around the corner. It's unbelievable. It's going to be football season before you know it. You know what's funny to me? To me, summer's over when August hits. I know Labor Day weekend is the last weekend, but when August hits, all the preseason football starts. You know what I mean? It already gets in that mode. I know August is still the summer, but it's like, that's it. That to me, because once the preseason football starts, all of a sudden it's week one, right? It's just week one. Oh, Paul O'Neill's showing the torpedo bat. Bruin Rangers play on the 5th, Bon. Yep, they play Saturday at 12:30 our time, not in Australia. That would be probably 3 in the morning for you. 12:30 p.m. here in New York is probably 3 in the morning for you, Bon, in Australia. They play the Devils. That's not an easy game. Mick, I used to have one angle singlet. Yeah, no way. Get F'd out, F off. Okay. Bon, Bruin, cool. Thanks, mate. I'll definitely be tuning in for the game. Let's go, Rangers. Oh, my gosh, man. They're making it hard and interesting. I'll tell you that. And, Bon, just so you know, our announcer, Sam Rosen, this is his last year announcing for the Rangers. It's his 40th year announcing for the Rangers. 40th year. The Ranger players should be ashamed of themselves. They let this man walk out, retire on a season they don't make the playoffs. Come on, man. We got 7 games left. You have to win these things. Let's see who they have. 1 second. Josh Naylor up now. Grounder up the middle. He's going to go. We're going to have 1st and 3rd now. Nobody out. Smith is running the 3rd. makes it easily. You got Josh Naylor on first, top of the fourth inning. You got first and third, nobody out. We got to work through this. So the Rangers, hold on. Let's see how tough this gets. And you know what? There's no cream puffs left because the Rangers seem to lose to teams that are really bad anyway. All right, so here we go. Who do the Rangers have left? Devils on Saturday. That's one game. Oh, we got the Lightning on Monday. That's my other favorite team, the Lightning. And by the way, they're one of the top teams in hockey, the Lightning. Then we have the Flyers. That's a game we should win. The Asslanders on the 10th. The Hurricanes on the 12th. Another tough game. Oh, the Panthers. Man, guys, this is not an easy schedule. Bond, I'm telling you right now, the Rangers are going to have a rough time getting in. Got the Devils, who are a top team in the East. They're already in. The Lightning are already in. We got to play them. The Lightning just went to 3 cups in a row and won 2 of them. And not last year, but they've been winning. That's a winning team. The Flyers suck. Flyers suck. And by the way, just for fun, the last time we played the Flyers, we lost. The Rangers and the Islanders is always a who-knows game. Base hit down the line. Uh-oh, we're starting to fall apart. 6-2. Now they got second and third. Nobody out, so runners in scoring position. Nobody out. 6-2. Carrasco has pitched a great game so far, but he's starting to fall apart. So it's Devils, Lightning, Flyers, Islanders, Hurricanes, Panthers, Lightning. The Panthers, by the way, are the current defending champions. Fun times for the Rangers. We got a rough schedule. Rough schedule to finish the road. Catch the front bar on YouTube. There you go. Rooting for the Bruins. I'm rooting for your Bruins, Bruin. Oh, my gosh. The Bruins have fallen off the map. And I'm not even making fun of your team, Bruin, because my Rangers are the most embarrassing President's Trophy winner in a while. Or since the Bruins, right? Is that fair? I think so. Yeah, man, I've been a Raiders fan since I was 9. Logo, I don't blame you, man. Do not blame you, William. It is. It's fire. I don't hate the Raiders. I love the way they look. Come on, ball. Get that. That's a gift. Get that, Cabrera. Get it. Oh, went into the stands. I thought we had a gift there. Foul ball, man. 6-2.
There's so many things that have come even since I played. There's a handle now.
Angels. I almost said Angles. The Angels' second best band to come out of Australia. Doc Neeson was an absolute legend. 1980 was my year. A lot of teams won their comps. William, I want to say, man, so do I. How many teams get a gift of getting Mike Richter? I know there was some goalies in between. Then you get Lundqvist. Then you get Igor. You only have 1 cup, and that's Richter, 1994. You only have 1 cup, and Lundqvist is a better goalie than Richter was. Sorry for the Rangers fans that disagree with me. How can you disagree with that? Lundqvist was a better goalie than Richter was. Period. That's the facts. Lundqvist is one of the greatest goalies of all time, but of course, he's the Dan Marino of hockey, and you can't count him because he doesn't have any rings. Right? Dan Marino never gets brought up in the greatest quarterbacks of all time because he doesn't have any rings, which is silly because that's saying Troy Aikman is a better quarterback than Dan Marino. Right? Patrick Ramsey, he has a ring with the Redskins, right? He's a better quarterback. Trent Dilfer is better than Dan Marino. They all have rings. That's why the ring conversation can be silly at times. Raiders, Richmond, Canterbury, Bankstown Bulldogs in the NRL, National Rugby League. All right. Who won in 1980, Mick? Milwaukee Brewers. Oh, he struck him out. That was a big struck out. That was a ball, too. The ball came in. Slider and broke way off the plate. Way off the plate. Fox is the best for footy. It is, man. Bond, Fox Sports. I get all these footy games, and I realized that last year. So there's no need for me to get the app. I'm only gonna watch the top games anyway, so there's no reason for me to pay for the app. And it's smart of America and Fox Sports, if you want to introduce footy to the United States, well, you put the best teams on so the best games, so then people be like, wow, what is this? That is foul. So we got 2 strikes, man. We can get this guy out without giving up any more runs. They had second and third with nobody out. That's runners in scoring position. Let me catch up on these. How does it feel to have taken Buffalo's spot last of the division? Oh, my. Boom, Bruin. Whoa, wow. Wow. Gunner drop, basement bouncers clashing. Bruin. Gunner dropped that on you, man. Wow. Your fellow bouncer. Drop that bomb on you, Gunner. I mean, Bruin. Wow. Bruin, I'm going to pin that. Sorry, Bruin, but I got to pin that. Gunner dropped one on you, Bruin. And he's happy because Buffalo's been like the last place team like all year in the East. They've been the last team. Bruin, how does it feel to have taken Buffalo's spot in the division, basically in the East? Whoo! Ouch, Bruin. Gunner came out swinging tonight. He came out swinging. How many points are they behind, Gunner? I was going to look it up, but I figure you probably already know. Woo! Basement bounces. Jazz. All right, we gave up one more run at 6-3, but we're out of the inning now. Not bad. Well, it's bad. We gave up a couple runs, but when you have second and third and nobody out, and you only gave up one more, that's pretty good. 6-3, we're going to the bottom of the fourth. Bruin. I know I know I keep juicing this thing. Gunner came in swinging. Woo! 6-3 going to the bottom of the fourth. You're not that far off, Gunner. Johnny, do you think Pete Carroll turned this thing around? I think Pete Carroll wouldn't have come there, William, if he didn't think he could turn it around. I think Pete Carroll at the age he's at, why not? Seattle wasn't like the greatest team when he took them over. I don't think Pete Carroll at his age is going to take over a team that he thinks he doesn't have a shot at turning around. So that should be a positive. We're not last anymore for the first time in like a month. That is so true. Snazzy, the first Super Bowl I watched while understanding the rules of the game was Super Bowl 49. I wanted the Seahawks to win because I hated Brady, even though I knew the Seahawks should have. Oh, my gosh. How do you not hand the ball? How does Marshawn Lynch not get the ball there? How did Buffalo Bills ever give him up? I don't know. But how do you not give the ball there to Lynch? And then you go for like your third best receiver. So you don't go to Lynch, and then we're going to throw to not our number one receiver. We're going to go to our third best receiver. That's why it's like, did the Patriots really win that Super Bowl, or did Seattle lose it? Seattle blew that. That's like something the Jets would have done. The Jets would have done something like that. I didn't think other teams were as dumb as my team are. And the Seahawks proved that there is other dumbness out there. The first Super Bowl I saw was Super Bowl 16, Joe Montana versus Kenny Anderson and the Cincinnati Bengals with Dan Ross at tight end. And James Brooks. James Brooks was the Bengals running back then. Chris Collinsworth was a wide receiver on that team. Eddie Brown was the other wide receiver for the Cincinnati Bengals. 1981, Dwight Clark. That was the catch you ever seen the NFC Championship game back then in 81. Montana threw, said he was throwing the ball away, and Dwight Clark put his hand up. Do you know who was covering him at the time? It was Everson Walls for the Dallas Cowboys. Everson Walls was covering him, who was a very good cornerback at the time, by the way. Anyway, the Yes-Landers. No, it was the Ass-Landers, Rick. The Ass-Landers. Rick, Get on the Ranger wagon. Come on, you're a fellow Jet fan. Get off that island. Get that orange and blue gone, man. Get rid of that, Rick. Come on. You're an OG, man. You should just hop on the Ranger wagon. No one's going to hate you for it. Come on. I'm giving you permission. Snazzy, you're taking over for Gardini right now. You're writing novels. Let me take a deep breath and read this. Bottom of the fourth, 1-2, nobody on, nobody out, 2-2 on Oswaldo Cabrera. I had to see the Seahawks win a Super Bowl since that happened. I also love the Dolphins because they were my dad's team. His favorite player was Dan Marino. Johnny, it sucks how terrible both I know the Finns and the Finns get a pass though, Snazzy. In the media, the Finns get a pass. They talk about how long it's been since the Jets have won a Super Bowl. The Dolphins haven't won one since what, 74? And the Jets get mocked for Dan Marino, not picking Dan Marino. So, well, the Dolphins did pick him, didn't win with him. They never gave him a running back. Dan Marino, John Elway did not win a Super Bowl until he had a running back, until he got Terrell Davis. Before that, he had Sammy Winder. Does anybody remember that guy? Sammy Winder, Steve Sewell. He got to Terrell Davis, man. Finally, he had the three amigos. I don't know if I remember all of them. Ricky Natil, Vaughn. That's a good question. The three amigos, Ricky Natil, Gary. Oh boy, I don't think I remember all of them. But anyway, so Dan Marino never had a running back. I think he had Tony Nathan maybe when he first started. Then he had like Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. Yes, Miami Dolphins Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. Terry Kirby. Never really had a running back. And again, Elway didn't win until he got one. It's only the fourth inning, too. I know this game started at 7 o'clock. It's only the fourth inning. We sure the pitch clock is working? This is like regular baseball. Yeah, it's been really annoying, man. Both teams have been terrible. I mean, the Dolphins haven't even won a playoff game in the 2000s. The last playoff game they won was when Dan Marino was their quarterback, Snazzy, 1999. And they beat the Seahawks when the Seahawks were still in the AFC. Jimmy Johnson was the coach then. It's crazy. Speaking of the Flyers, the more I see their current jerseys, the more I hate that. I hate everything about the Flyers. I'll tell you what, Troubadour, Laffy Taffy, Mike, OG Mike, who's not in here, there's been rumors flying. Now, look, I don't listen to a lot of rumors. I just wanted to have fun with Mike if he was in here tonight. That if the Rangers don't make the playoffs, they're going to fire Laviolette and bring John Tortorella back to the Rangers. I can't wait till Mike comes in so we can have fun with that rumor. I don't believe it. I would love for OG Mike to be in here so we can discuss the rumor. If the Rangers don't make the playoffs, they're going to fire Laviolette and bring back Tortorella. Sabres don't play again until Saturday. The Sabres are like the Jets of hockey, man. We've been over this a million times, and I'm not even making fun of the Sabres. They just have been. They have teams that should make the playoffs. They should at least make the playoffs. And both of our teams don't even come close. They don't even let your fans like, hey, maybe we'll make it. No. Like in October, I stopped watching the Jets. I told you that. Whenever the Jets played the Cardinals, that was the last game I watched. That was around Halloween or the beginning of November. Somewhere around there is when they played them, and I didn't watch another game the rest of the year. There was no reason to. We got our doors blown off in that game. The Cardinals aren't even good. Well, neither were the Jets. Bellinger up. Man on first, 2-1, 1 out. Gunner, the only Buffalo championships I win are the Bandits. I want to see the Sabre or Bills win just one before. I know, dude. You know, it's funny, like the surrounding cities for us, Gunner. Boston has some championships, Red Sox, Patriots, Celtics. Philadelphia just got one with the Eagles. Pittsburgh has won some, recently. The New York teams have done nothing. Outside of NYCFC for soccer, the Buffalo Bandits, New York Liberty, WNBA, we're the current champions. But, I mean, the top four major sports, we have nada. And we've had teams to do it. The Rangers, the Buffalo Bills, the Yankees. We've had teams, and the Knicks. The Knicks have a potential, can do it. But we find ways not to do it. And the other surrounding cities have teams that do it. They've come close, like the Celtics came close, lost to the Warriors, didn't make it the next year, came close. Then they finally win it. Oh, he caught that or trapped it? I caught it. 2 outs. Ben Rice still on second. Our teams, like the Rangers, number 1 team, they get knocked out in the Eastern Conference Final to the then 2-time defending champion Lightning. Okay. The next year we don't get past the first round with a very young Devils team when we had Patrick Kane and a whole ton of veterans. Losing the first round, and we just number 1 team the next year, President's Trophy, losing the Eastern Conference Finals, and now fighting for a wild card. These other cities have teams that struggle, then they finally win. Finally hit pay dirt. Our teams, Buffalo Bills every year, Kansas City, can't get over the hump. This is like a New York plague all around. So, yeah, Gunnar, it's annoying for all of our teams, man. Aaron Judge up. Ben Rice still on second, 6-3, 2 out, bottom of the 4th. Right, it feels like it should be the 6th or 7th inning by now. It's almost like a curse in itself. Rick the Ninja, it's true. And the Islanders, too, haven't won since their pocket of time. 4 championships in a row. They've done nothing since, like other teams do. The Devils, the Devils were one team that actually won, kept winning. Aaron Judge with another come-through hit. Ben Rice running home. Boom, 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 boom. Rocco's asleep, and I didn't want to bump into him and wake him up. 7-3. Aaron Judge has 4 RBIs tonight. They didn't pitch around him. They let him hit. 7-3. First base was open. You think they would have pitched around Judge, but they didn't. 7-3. We needed that. We could not afford to get swept. Let me catch up on these. I keep saying that. You guys are typing a lot. Ring is a team accolade after all. It is. Rick the Ninja, rings are. People say, there's no expiration on them. Yes, it's been a long time. And some people say, well, the Yankee fans talk about 27. That's like being like the Cowboys. Well, we did make the World Series last year, and we did lose to a team technically that's better than us. It's not like we lost to a team that was worse than us. We lost to a team that was better than us. So it's not Cowboy-esque because we made a World Series. They haven't even made a championship game. I mean, we've made some ALCSs and lost. So it's not really Cowboy-esque. And those 27 rings, right. The Patriot fans, I guarantee you, because they're going to be bad for a long time, will always bring up those 6 rings and the dynasty that they had and maybe the greatest dynasty of all time. And they have every right to. That's what rings are for. But when individual players talk, well, this guy has rings and this guy doesn't, well, okay. But, I mean, like, again, you're taking Trent Dilfer, you're taking Dan Marino. Taking Troy Aikman, he has 3 rings. You taking Aikman over Dan Marino? If you're starting a team and everybody's in their prime, everybody's in their prime, you taking Aikman over Dan Marino? I'm not disrespecting Aikman on that. I'm just saying, who would you take? You take Dan Marino. Of course you would. I have to thank you, Johnny, for getting me into baseball and basketball. Snazzy, you're welcome, man. They're great sports, man. They really are. I'm really into soccer now, Snazzy, and I can tell you something. My friend Jerry that you guys all met on here and my Uncle David were other ones that were pushing me to watch. Yeah, watch soccer. And I said, it's boring. We're going to watch that. It's boring. And they finally, outside of the World Cup, they're like, have you ever really watched it? You ever given it a chance? I'm like, well, no, I never watched it. Not besides the World Cup, no. So they're like, at least watch it before you make that kind of a statement. So I did. I watched a few games, and I got to tell you, it's freaking exciting. Jazz! Foul. Jazz, man, it just missed the pole. Oh, Jazz, I thought he hit one out. Anyway, it's really interesting stuff, man. So unless you watch a sport, then you can say if you're into it or not. So see, Snazzy, good, man. And NBA, man, basketball is awesome. People say it's boring. Regular season's boring. No way, man. There's some great regular season games in the NBA. I love it. The playoffs are great in every sport. So I know people that say, Now that one's gone. How about them apples, man? Boom, 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 boom. Oh, Jazz. Jazz, can you imagine? You hit a foul ball that just misses a big home run, and the pitcher threw pretty much the same pitch right back to him, and he put it. That was a no-doubter. 9-3 Yankees, and we're still in the fourth inning. Wow, 9-3. This is all with 2 outs, guys. Diamondbacks beat us the last 2 games, striking out 29 batters total in the last 2 games, and the Yankees are like, yeah, you ain't sweeping us. Jason Dominguez hits one. Back. Off the wall. That's a double. But they better get this pitcher, Kelly. The D-backs better get this Kelly guy out of here. I used to go for Richmond back then. I was 5 years old. I changed to the Bombers in 83, and we went back in 84, 85. Bang, there you go, Bon. I also root for the Giants because they're New York and have nothing to do with the Dolphins or the Seahawks. Amen. Hey, I always told you guys I grew up in a New York Giants household. Everybody was a Giants fan. And my big rebellion was, hey, I'm going to go for the Jets because they got the Sack Exchange, Klecko, Gastineau, Lions, Abdul Salam. These guys were monsters. Lance Mel, Kirk Springs, Darrell Ray, Lester Lyles at safety. Like, they had everybody. And, man, did I pay for that my whole life. And I stuck to it. I never stuck to anything growing up. Nothing. The Yankees have 22 home runs in 6 games. That is a major league record. I can't believe the D-backs manager is taking their pitcher out of the game. Or is that the pitching coach? Yeah, they're letting the D-backs know. The Yankees are letting the D-backs know, hey, slow your roll there, all right? You owned us the last 2 games, but you're not sweeping us in our house. And now that you're not sweeping us, we're going to punish you. We're going to punish you for beating us like that the last 2 days. It's all for fun. Of course, Gunner. That's what this is all about. We break each other's chops for fun. That's what it's about. That's how I grew up. We grew up making fun of each other, like exposing things and making you never forget stuff. That's how you know you're loved. Mick, Trump would probably put a tariff on footy if he had it. He's going to see that and do that right now, Mick. Bruins are only 1 point behind. So at least you guys, the basement bounces, you guys should put a bet down on something. Who's going to finish in last, the Bruins or the Sabres? Yeah, 1-0 Montreal. Great. For F's sake. Right. I love the Specky Trump. Boom, Bond. No politics, right. Yeah, I don't do the politics for obvious reasons because it'll turn into a whole thing, and but I understand where you're coming from, Bon. So, Super Bowl 49 was my first sports heartbreak moment. That was a bad one, Snazzy. That was a bad one, yep. That was a bad one. Sorry, Gunner. Yep, it's all right. I know it's a topic. It's a topic. And that's why I don't allow politics or religion in here, because things get out of control very fast. And I've seen it happen on other people's channels before I started doing YouTube lives, and these creators just let it happen, and everybody's F-bombing each other and cursing each other out, and Democrats, Republicans, Jesus, no Jesus. That's why I just stick to sports. We have enough problems with sports alone, right? So we just leave it there. All right, new pitcher for the D-backs. Good night, Johnny and the Dwellers. I'm going to take a shower now, guys. Go Yankees. See you guys soon. All right, Manav, we'll see you in about, an hour? Always love you, Manav. Thanks, buddy. Could have sworn you called them the Yes-Landers because of the fans. Yes-Land, because of the fans' chants after they score. I thought they were. Gotcha. No, I still stick to the Asslanders, man. It's the only kind of curse that I even say in here. You too, mate. Yep. Manav, I hope your parents are enjoying their holiday in Australia. Yeah, man. Manav, you guys are world travelers, man. The guys were still in the fourth inning, an hour and a half later. 9-3 Yankees. Volpe, strike two. 2 out, strike 2. The D-backs are 1 strike away from getting out of this nightmare inning for them. No. I think Drury needs to stay, and William, I think Laviolette needs to stay. I don't believe in firing coaches after 2 years. Just don't. We were number 1 last year. We had a major drop-off this year because, you know what, sometimes not for nothing, it's the players. Volpe strikes out. The fourth inning is finally over, guys. We're going to the top of the fifth now. 9-3 Yankees. I mean, sometimes you got to look at your players like nobody is doing – our defense outside of Braden Schneider, our defense is a bunch of matadors, man. They're always out of position. They're making unbelievably bad passes that like right in front of the net. Last night, I think it was Keandre Miller last night. Minnesota took a shot right in the beginning of the third period, winning 4-3. Igor saves it. Keandre takes it, comes around, and just a no-look backhand pass. And it went to a wild – there was a Ranger there in his defense at the last time he probably saw. But when he did the no-look backhand, it was right to a Minnesota player. Boom, puts it right in. I mean, he took a shot, it bounced off Igor, and there was another wild player there. I mean, boom, goal. I mean, like these are – but it's not just Miller. It's everybody's doing weird, crazy, dumb plays, and they're better than this, way better than this. It doesn't make any sense. All the guys on defense, except for Braden Schneider, have looked like this. So, I mean, firing coaches every 2 years, I don't believe in it, man. I just don't, especially when we did so great and now he fell off the map. I like Laviolette. I think you give him another chance. I think you start looking at your roster a little bit. Big question is who will take Wayback out of the penthouse. No doubt, Bon. He's like been living up there. Wayback has been owning it up there. It's going to be the first time since 67 the Bruins and Red Wings will miss the playoffs. Since 67, the Red Wings, you sure about that, Bruin? Oh, that both of them at the same time missed it. Okay, I'll take that. I take it back. Take it back. I didn't read it all the way through. Gotcha, Bruin. Watch out, Bon. I'm going to be in the penthouse. Anthony, I know. Wayback's been living up there for a little too long now. How much is he ahead now? Tony, the tipping comp is so close. It is, and we're all really close to each other. We're really close. Top of the fifth, Ketel Marte is up, and Carrasco is still in there. Carrasco's looking good. I mean, when Carrasco's pitched 4 innings, given up 3 hits, 3 runs, 2 base on balls, struck out 5. He's thrown 66 pitches. Overall, he's pitching a good game, man. I mean, this is a guy that's like got thrown off the Mets, bounced around a little bit. He's a veteran pitcher. When you get opportunities like the Yankees have given out to Will Warren, Carrasco, Marcus Stroman's getting another opportunity, you got to take advantage of this stuff, you know, while these other guys are hurt. And Cole's out for the year, so someone's got to fill that slot. Heel and Schmidt will be back. Tony, thanks for the support as always. Thank you for the support, Tony. See you, Tony. I was a little tanked last night. Bon, what a surprise. What a surprise, Bon. I'm sure. Oh, that's going to drop in. Volpe missed it and dropped in. He should have let Bell. Come on, Volpe.
So you can send Wilson down, not worry about losing him. You can't send Carrasco down.
Grisham is running up. The ball's damn near in center field, man. Like, why is Volpe going that far back? Grisham would have caught that, man. Come on. Volpe is going over. He's running this way and looking over his head like a wide receiver. Grisham is running straight up on it like you do. You're going into center field now, man. I know we're up 9-3, but this is how little comebacks start. Little bloop shot that should have been an out. When a player in baseball gets on base when they should have been out, what usually happens? They end up scoring. I know it's 9-3, but the game is not over. That is not a seal. A 6-run lead in baseball in the 5th inning is no way, shape, form game over. Bon, I'm in the tipping comp. Have a good one, Cobber. Sabres have last place. Bruins, Sabres have last place locked up. Mick, I'm going to win the tipping comp. Snazzy, the best part about the game was I had all my friends over. We are friends to this day. That is all. Isn't that great? That guy, Jerry, you saw in here, he's a friend of mine. I'm telling you, we're friends 50 years. 50. 50 years. Double play. Beautiful double play by Ben Rice. Grounded to first, touches first base, throws to second. Yeah, that's awesome, man. Can you imagine knowing somebody 50 years? How long? I mean, and we're two different people. He's a great guy. Second, the last 2 years, I owned it. You did, Mick. I don't want – oh, man. Mick, you were barely in second. Like, you almost had the penthouse 2 years in a row. I remember that. You're right, Mick. I remember that. Jeez. Snazzy, you should join the tipping comp, right? I don't want them to fire Lavi. Neither do I. Neither does OG Mike. You know, Trouba Train, Laffy Taffy. He doesn't either. But he did bring up a point. If he's lost the team, I would not fire Laviolette. Not yet. No. I don't. No. But now that Tortorella has been fired, remember, Chris Jury was close to hiring Tortorella over Laviolette. And now that Tortorella just got fired, it's just rumors. I don't pay attention to rumors, but I thought about it for a minute because he almost did hire Tortorella last time, but he hired Laviolette instead. So we'll see. Join the tipping comp. If you do, see, yeah, Snazzy's in the Discord. Talk to Bond, Snazzy. People ask me, and all I tell them is, all I know about the tipping comp is ask Bond. I'm surprised I even figure out how to get in it myself. So ask Bond. That should be a fly out to Grisham, so we got out of that. Bottom of the fifth. That was a fast half inning. That's what we want now. Bottom of the fifth inning coming up. Carrasco pitching a great game. He's a veteran, man. He's been around a long time. We know, it's good having a veteran out there, man. So my phone glitched. I could hear your response couldn't hear your response to my last message. What was your last message? Oh, yeah, I don't want him to fire Laviolette either, Snazzy. I don't want him to fire Laviolette. What I was saying was, even though it's a rumor, Chris Jury came very close to hiring John Tortorella the last time when he hired Laviolette. Now it's been 2 years. Tortorella's been fired from the Flyers. That's why that rumor's been circulated that, hey, if Laviolette and the Rangers don't make the playoffs, they'll fire Laviolette and bring in Tortorella. I don't pay attention to a lot of rumors. I always say, just let me know if it happens. But it's not a totally out of nowhere story because he did come close to almost hiring him last time. Oh, OG Mike, if he was in here, he'll have a stroke if they hire Tortorella back. OG Mike will have a stroke. Oh, he'll have a stroke. I don't dislike Tortorella as much as he does. He'll have a stroke. Herbert and the Dolphins. Oh, them not taking Justin Herbert. Yeah, they took Tua. Oh, boy. Yep. Hey, how about I'll even do you one better, Snazzy. How about when the Dolphins chose Dante Culpepper in free agency instead of Drew Brees? That's one. I can go on and on with the Jets, but that was another Dolphin one I remember. Got to get Jerry into the tipping comp. Yeah, we do. We do have to get him in. I just spoke to him earlier today, Mick. We do got to get him in there, man. I didn't talk to him about that, but I will talk. I'm going to talk to him again tomorrow. Trent Grisham up. Trent Grisham is like not my favorite Yankee, but I call him my honorary mention Yankee. I'm so thrilled we have him on this team. For a guy that doesn't play every day, he's hitting 500. He has 1 home run and 3 RBIs, and he doesn't play every game. And they kept him really for defense. He's when he's at bat, man, he doesn't swing at dumb stuff. I'm 25 and have known my best friend for 20 years. Man, Snaz, you're on your way. You're on your way. Holding on to lifelong friends, all about loyalty, Snazzy, and that's what it's about, man. Grisham, opposite field. Oh, to the wall. Opposite field to the wall. That takes a lot of strength to do that. Gooley and Kopecky. Why is that going right over my head, Bruin? That went right over my head. What were you talking about that day came up? Oh, okay. I thought I said something and then forgot what I asked. That looked like an answer to a trivia question, Bruin, that I don't remember asking. We're good now. Bruins fan next to the penalty box is wearing a Nordiques hoodie. Oh, wow, really? I want a Nordiques jersey. Who should I get? I like that Nordiques. I just want to have one just to have it, you know? Just want to have one just to have it. What is the tipping comp? Ask Bon. Snazzy, if Bon's not in here anymore, get a hold of Bon in the Discord. He will help you out. Escara grounds out. So 2 outs now. Nobody on, bottom of the 5th. Slumby. Man, another cellar dweller accounted for. Slumby's in the basement. What's going on, Slumby? Slumby, I'm gonna get back on some soccer games, man. I'm hoping to do the Red Bull Saturday night. That's a possibility. Definitely next week. We'll definitely be on the games next week. Mick, the tipping comps for AFL where you just pick which team is going to win each week. Right, just straight up picks, no money, no point spread. Oswaldo Cabrera up now, 9th batter in the order. He's 0 for 2 tonight. About to do a poll, guys. We're about to do a poll. Once in between innings when Cabrera's done. Adam Ottavino, welcome back to the New York Yankees. Adam Ottavino just recently signed, 39 years old. Pitched for everybody, pretty much. But he just recently got let go by the Mets, pitched for the Red Sox. When he went to the Red Sox, after the Yankees, I think he went to the Red Sox, then the Mets for 3 years. Then the Mets released him, and the Red Sox picked him up for spring training. Then they released him, and the Yankees just welcomed him back recently. Sabres the only top 10 offense not in playoff position. That is just insane. It's insane. Hey, Brian, how's it going? Kepke fought Gooley early. What did I call him? Kapaki. We're in the basement. That's why. You've got to. Oh man, Arsenal versus Real Madrid is going to be a monster game. That is a match. That's a match right there. Hold on, I'm going to do a poll here. Let's do a poll. Here's the poll, guys. Oh, not a Q&A. Get rid of that. We don't do Q&As in here. Poll. All right, here we go. The hell?
Remember, I was looking at some grainy old film, and Christy Mathewson had the same problem with it. Oh, is that couldn't hear stuff? Yeah, couldn't hear.
Just a simple one or the other question. Just a simple one or the other question. There you go. There you go. The poll's in. Who's going to finish dead last? Who's going to do it? Cabrera, it's still 1-2. He's still battling up there. Cabrera is still battling. Way back in a few tipping comps, and he is in one with his friends outside of the official AFL tipping comp, so he's in the no. Yep. Oh, so Bon, you are still here. Good. All right. All I know is I don't know. I don't even know how I get in every year, but I get in. Cabrera. Oh, that's a fly out to left. Going to the top of the 6th inning. No runs. No runners on base. Top of the 6th inning we're going to now. Yankees still up 9-3. Put your votes in. Who's going to do it? Nine to 3. Who's going to do it? The Bruins or the Sabres? Get your votes in. Get your votes in. Who's going to finish dead last? And right now, guys, just so you know, right now, technically, the Boston Bruins are dead last with 69 points. Buffalo is just ahead of them with 70 points. Just 1 point ahead right now. Oh, my gosh. The Bruins have 196 goals for, 248 against, negative 52 in the differential of negative 52, where the Buffalo Sabres only have a negative 19 differential. The Bruins have a negative 52 differential. Ouch. Man, what happened? You guys used to have the greatest goaltenders, man. What happened, Bruin? Negative 52. How about this? How about the Winnipeg Jets, the number 1 team in hockey, the number 1 overall team in hockey? How's this? How about a plus 80 differential? 257 goals for, only 177 against. Plus 80 differential. Good Lord, that's great. But the worst is the San Jose Sharks, who have a negative 89 differential, scoring 193 goals, but giving up 282. That is the worst in the league by a long shot. But anyway, that's where we're at. Good day, Slumby. Hey, Slumby. Putting the tipping comp link up in the Discord for anyone who'd like to join. There you go, Snazzy. Bond just posted it in the Discord, man. Check it out. I don't know. It's tough picking a player for a Nordiques jersey. What about Matt Sundin, Bruin? Matt Sundin. That's not a bad one. He's a famous Nordique. There's a lot of famous Nordiques. Back. Dominguez by the warning track. Caught it. 1 out. So after Sunday's FL games, there's no games until Thursday when the Crows play the Cats at 5:40. Ooh. Lamario, another cellar dweller accounted for. Lamario's in the basement. Sorry, Lamario. I read your comment before I read who put it. Might do that one. 5:40 in the morning, I might do that one. I told you if I got one closer to 6 a.m., I would do it. Way to ball, Bon. Way to be on the ball, Bon. Mick lets us know he voted Bruin. Mick's letting you know that the Bruins are going to finish dead last. Letting you know. Mick doesn't care. He's letting you know. Bruins, so what you're saying, Bon, is way back is cheating. It's fake news. Top of the 6th, 1 out. Josh Naylor up. That's a hit. That's going to be a double, even for slow Naylor. Naylor's belly got to second base about 4 steps before the rest of his body did, and he still pulled out the double. That is sad, yes. That is sad. I didn't know the Bruins used to have a good goalie tandem, man. Negative 52. As bad as the Rangers have been on defense, we're still a +3. We're still a +3. Thank you to Igor and Jonathan Quick, who, thankfully, the Rangers signed Jonathan Quick to a 1 more year extension where he'll be 40. But Jonathan Quick is one of the best backups you can have in the game. Guy's been playing out of his mind. Carlos Carrasco coming out of the game. He's getting a standing ovation. Love it. He's waving to the fans and clapping back. Good. When you're an older veteran like Carlos Carrasco and you come out and pitch a gem like that, you deserve a standing ovation. Bruin, what happened is that they retired, Johnny. There you go. I told you that one went right over my head. right over my head, Bruin. Right over my head, man. San Jose has been bad. They've been bad for a long time. There were another team that was like using, pun intended, they were circling. The Sharks were circling and circling, but they never got in for the kill. Never did. Joe Thornton years, all those years they had those great teams, and they never, ever got in for the kill. I mean, they made the cup, and they ran into Crosby, Malkin, Letang, and Fleury, and everybody. They lost to them, man. Like they were always circling, man. They never got the kill. San Jose Sharks, yep. They had some great teams, man. They had some really good teams. Just couldn't do it. Nabokov, goalie, man, they had some good stuff. I'll be right back, guys. Give me 2 minutes. 2 minutes. 2 minutes.
Jordan's going to cover the case.
I'll be right back, guys.
Jordan's going to do.
Okay.
I'm going.
I got to go to the bathroom anyway.
Oh. No, I tried to call her, but she didn't answer.
Oh, no, she just got up. They were going to movies.
Yankees baseball on the air is brought to you by Untuckit. Find the perfect fit today at untuckit.com or more than 80 stores worldwide. By Memorial Sloan Kettering Cancer Center. And by Nissan. At Nissan, we make cars that thrill. Experience the thrill for yourself today. Shop NissanUSA.com. Adam Ottavino will come on for the Yankees. Runner at second with one out. Last year with the Mets, high ERA of 4.34 for more than a strikeout per inning. Time was called by Gurriel. Give me your thoughts on Carrasco.
Well, I thought he battled, and you see that he does not have overpowering stuff, and he's smart. He got a big strikeout when he needed it. He got out of a couple of jams. And again, I think you saw how happy he was when he handed the ball to Brett Boone or Aaron Boone. That he gave him a good outing, a good chance for this team to win a game.
And when you sign February 3rd and you have to make the team in spring training and then you come out for a really large crowd in the stadium and you have a chance at a win, you have to feel good.
Well, you talked about his outing the other day.
Runner goes.
Wow.
Naylor is not a speedster, but people do run on Ottavino. Stolen base for Naylor. You've got to make it when you're down 6.
No doubt about it. I mean, just a running lead right there. Again, down to 6 runs. You're right. You better make sure that now you're in scoring position with 1 out. An easy scoring position at third base. And back to your point, Michael, the other day he said he was nervous in that 2-inning stint, and he didn't pitch that well. Right? He was much sharper tonight than he was first time he took them out. What do you think of those drawers there, Michael?
They look like culottes.
Yeah.
Popped up, shallow right. Chisholm makes the catch. And he will hold Naylor at third. That's a nice play by Chisholm. Jerry on the bullpen budget brought to you by Citizens. Make sense of your money with Citizens. Only Gomez pitched yesterday. That was important. So 6 innings for Rodon. Gomez the other 3, 43. And everybody's available.
All right, guys, sorry about that. Snazzy, I'm not into footy, so I don't even know what to pick. Haha, that's okay. Snazzy, Fox Sports 1 or Fox Sports, FS1 or FS2 basically is what the hell happened? I leave for 2 minutes and they got a man on third now?
Got a couple cookie stories today. They all ended up with the same line.
They got a man on third. Yeah, okay.
You know, I prefer Yogo to the old tire. Looks Adam Wyatt.
Oh, where are we at? Bruin, I think people – oh, Snazzy, it's okay. The Gunner's in it. Bruin's in it. Just go on in, man, and I'm telling you, it'll do better than you think. And sometimes guessing is better than us that overthink it. Sometimes just guessing is better than, like, I overthink everything now when I pick these things. My first year, I didn't know a whole lot, and I did better then when I didn't – some teams I didn't even know who they were, and I just picked. I got lucky. Adam Ottavino, 2 outs, man on third. We haven't given up a run yet. Come on, Ottavino, let's go. Bruin, I think people see Matt Sundin as a Maple Leaf than a Nordique, but I could be wrong. That's true. What about did Forsberg play for the Nordiques before they moved to the Avalanche? Ottavino just walked the guy. Come on. Come on, Ottavino. Man, you just came in. You just got to get 1 out, dude, not put people on base. Did Forsberg or Sakic, Adam Foote, did these guys play in, were they on part of the Nordiques before they became the Avalanche? Yes, no?
Mark Leiter Jr. warming up.
You know what I meant to ask you today, Michael?
Just a question. I'm thinking now. I just shared the tipping comp at the link in the Discord. You'll have to download the AFL app live first. It's all free in the official AFL tipping comp. First prize is 25,000 Australian dollars. All right. Well, there you go. And then that Friday calling. And then if you win it and you win 25,000 Australian dollars, you have to take all of us. The winner has to take all of us to a footy game and pay for our hotels, which will probably be a lot more than $25,000. And then that Friday, Collingwood plays Sydney, same time. Boom, another big game. Same time. Lamario, you got to remind me the week of, man, because that's something I may just do. I told the guys I would do one, so now we're talking. Way back won't win this year. Just look what happened to Bagger Dave after he named the comp the previous. Oh, yeah, he fell off the map last year. He fell off the map. Where is Bagger Dave? I haven't seen him in a while. Come on, Ottavino. Can you find the strike zone? 1-1. 1-1. They're first and third, guys. When I say a 6-run lead doesn't mean much, if this dude here, I'm not wishing this, but if this guy here hits a home run, now it's 9-6. See, and there's still a lot of innings. There's still 3 innings to go. You don't want to give up little runs here and there. Strike two. 2-0 Montreal. Great. Of course. And the Senators are beating the Lightning right now, too. Come on. I mean, the Senators they're a few points. I'm not really worried about them. We're not going to catch them. I think they have 85 points. Struck them out. Everyone in the AFL tipping gauntlet starts in round 7. You know what's funny? Last year, Bon, I was in the gauntlet, and then I forgot one week, and that was it. I was done. And I was doing pretty well. I forgot, and at the last minute, I was done because they said you have no more gauntlet. I said, I forgot to do the gauntlet. It can happen easily, guys. It happened to me last year. I missed 1 week, and I was kicked out. Lamario, I mean, did they make to the Cup final win in 2016? Whatever. Since then, they've been off. Yeah, they've been terrible. Terrible. Yep. Gauntlet first prize $1,000. You could always use $1,000. I'll probably just end up buying more jerseys. What is the best era for the AFL? The 80s, right? The Hawthorne Hawks. The Hawthorne Hawks were like the team in the 80s, right, Bon? Wasn't the 80s like the era? I know for the Hawks fans it was. The Brisbane Lions in the 2000s, early 2000s, made 4 grand finals in a row and won the first 3. Lamario, I don't know if the 80s was the best. I'm just talking about the little history that I know about it. But when I think of the San Jose Sox, I think of what happened in 2014. They go up 3-0, and the Kings wind up winning in 7. And the Kings went on to beat who in the Stanley Cup? The Rangers. So thank you, Sharks. Yep. Thank you, Sharks. And that was Jonathan Quick and the Kings. By the way, the Kings, they pulled that off in 2012. They were the 8th-seeded team at the midnight hour, make the playoffs. Won the whole freaking thing. Anything can happen when you get to the playoffs, guys. The New York Giants, wild card, beat who? 18-0 Patriots. The New York Giants. You get your foot in the door in the play. That's why people say, oh, the Knicks are going to make it, and they're just going to get blown right out in the second round by the Celtics or the Cavs or whatever. You don't know. You don't know what can happen in the playoffs, man. You just don't know. Get it? That's why I always ask with the soccer, like the Premier League. I know there's other leagues, according to Angus, that don't have playoffs. I know they have their cups and their UEFAs and CONCACAFs and all the other tournaments they have, but I'm talking about in the league itself, the Premier League. Liverpool is run away with number one. So they can kind of coast through the last month of games because they already know they won the whole thing. That, to me, is kind of a killjoy. It's kind of a buzzkill. Like, there's no, like, okay, you're number one team, but you got to prove it now within the league, not within other tournaments. I guess it's an American thing. Maybe it's just an American thing. What if someone from overseas wins the gauntlet? Yeah. What about that? Fine. Brew in the 80s, early 90s were brutal and by far the best era. Look at that. My short term of knowing AFL, and I nailed the right era, 80s. I do look up the history of these sports, man. Even soccer, I'm in the middle looking these things. It's just a thing with me. I love sports. Love them. So when I start getting into a sport, I got to know the history behind some of these things. Because I like to be able to engage in some conversations with people. Instead of just knowing the now, I want to know how we got to the now. Ground out, Ben Rice. Grounds out to third base, thrown to first. That's one down, bottom of the sixth inning. Yankees hockey jersey night. You know, I almost want that just because it's shaped like that's kind of cool. It's a jersey, and it's Yankees like the Rangers are. Yankees right down the front of the blue of the Yankees, blue and white. I actually want that, Joe. I want to go to that game now. They're playing the Blue Jays. I probably won't get there, but I would love that Yankees hockey jersey. That looks kind of cool. Mick, as long as you're in the comp, you win the money. Boom, there you go. Bellinger swinging at the ball like he's playing cricket. That was in the dirt. That one came in like this and went right down. It was in the dirt when he swung, but he already committed before it hit the dirt. That's the tricky pitching. Coming in straight and falls off the map. Right as you're going to swing, the pitch falls right off the map. But it looks like, but then they'll throw a fastball on the next pitch. It comes in the same way as the one that just fell off the map. I mean, like, you have to be born with this hand-eye coordination that we were all talking about yesterday or 2 days ago.
What's his name? Joey Chestnut?
Bellinger flies out the left. Can you imagine? It said for a baseball batter to pick up just a 90, forget 100 miles an hour, a 95 mile an hour pitch. Your brain has a tenth of a second to pick that up from the distance of 60 feet, or by the time he releases it, 58 feet. Coming at 95, and there's guys throwing 105 and 103. Your brain has a tenth of a second to even acknowledge that. That's insane. You're born with that. You cannot be taught that. You can't be taught that. A tenth of a second. So what do you think it is for a hockey goalie when a slap shot comes in at 95 or above and they're 30 feet away in traffic? You are gifted with that. You're gifted with that. We spoke about this with hockey and cricket and pitching, baseball the other day. All these men are born with this talent. You cannot teach that. It's a lot of fun. It's snazzy. It is a lot of fun. Aaron Judge up. Can he hit another one? He's got 4 RBIs on the night. Aaron Judge is 2 for 3, 4 RBIs, a 3-run home run, and he knocked another runner in earlier. One second, guys. 2 balls, 1 strike on him. Oh, Judge, big hit. Judge gets the double. Aaron Judge is a monster.
second base because it's going to come off the wall that quick.
Sorry, guys. Rock in the basement's not home, so we're texting and talking. Bruin, I'll share some of the 80s, 90s videos in the Discord. LOL, it was almost a freak show. Almost a free-for-all back then. Then the rule book on hits was almost non-existent. Just like the NFL, Bon. The hits were Lee Matthews was the first guy that I did a video on, Bruin. Look up Lee Matthews anything. This guy was a monster out there. Monster. Lee Matthews, Bruin. Remember that name. I'm going to do the poll in a minute. I'm going to check the poll in a minute, guys. Bruin, I think they were in the Nordiques before they moved to Colorado. I think so, too. So that would be a good one, like a Joe Sakic, Peter Forsberg. You can't go wrong with that. That's a Nordiques jersey. I don't know if Patrick Waugh was, though. Patrick Waugh, I don't know if he ever actually played for the Nordiques. That's another good question. Boy, we need Mike in here. OG Mike or Daniel. Remember Daniel, the Lightning fan? Oh, he'll be happy when I do Lightning playoff games this year. Jazz, what a great – I have a friend of mine. You guys know him. He pops in here. Fuzzy Bear, Froge. He's a Marlins fan. And you want to hear something interesting? This is when we were talking about – he screams at – he's a Marlins fan, screams that baseball needs a salary cap. I, as a Yankee fan, completely agree with that. You do. Do you know that Zach Gallen, the great pitcher for the Diamondbacks, one of the best pitchers in the game, do you know that Zach Gallen was traded by the Marlins to the Diamondbacks for Jazz Chisholm? So Zach went from the Marlins to the D-backs for Jazz, back to the Marlins. And he's like, and I told him, like last night, Zach Gallen on the Diamondbacks is facing, and now they don't have either player. They had two phenomenal players in Zach Gallen as a pitcher and Jazz Chisholm as a great fielder that can play the outfield, the infield, and a great hitter. And you don't have either of them because you couldn't afford them. The team could not afford them. That was something I did not know, that the Marlins traded away Zach Gallen for Jazz, and now they have neither. Can you imagine that? Think so. Bond, 25,000 and 2 tickets to the 2025 AFL Grand Final. I'm telling you guys, I'm going to get over there. I'm telling you, it's going to happen. Jazz struck out. Man, after all that bigging up, he struck out. That's all right. He hit a 2-run homer earlier. He gets a pass. Going to the top of the 7th inning, guys. Top of the 7th. Top of the 7th inning right now. That'd be great to meet you guys over there, Bon. I met Gunner and a couple of the guys here in Buffalo. I'd love to go to a Buffalo Bills-Jets game. Maybe I'll come back out there with medication, Gunner. That would be awesome. We all got to meet too, bro. We all got to meet up at a local game around here, man. Like we got to. That's got to happen with OG Mike, Staff Sergeant Thomas. By the way, where is Staff Sergeant Thomas tonight? Trying to get used to it. For those that don't know, that's Mr. Marine. Sakic, definitely. Forsberg, I'm pretty sure. Adam Foote. Sakic, definitely. I'm pretty sure Adam Foote. I don't think Patrick Waugh actually played in North. I'm going to look that up, as a matter of fact, right now. Let's end the poll first, though. So, who's it going to be? Who is going to finish last? Who is going to finish last? End poll results. Oh, Bruin. 69% of the dwellers feel that your team is going to finish dead last. Dead last. All Carlton fans are in. Oh, Mick, Carlton's having a rough time. I watched that game, by the way. I recorded it and watched it this morning, Mick. That was a hell of a game. That first half, that was a rough game. Charlie Curnow and Crisp, those guys are great players, man. Great players stuck on a bad team. Bring them to Brisbane. I'll take Curnow on my team. I'm always posting old games in the NHL, Bond. Yes, Bruin is our NHL ambassador. He is always posting those games. Always. Mick, Bond. I'll post a reminder for the gauntlet. Please do, Bond, because I did forget last week. I do all my picks, and I've forgotten the gauntlet, and I got booted, man. It's my own fault. Ryan Yarbrough, pitcher we got from the Toronto Blue Jays, on the mound. We needed another lefty out of the bullpen, so there you go. Let me catch up on these guys. I'm way behind. Ottavino is out of the game. Ryan Yarbrough in. Top of the seventh. Yankees up 9-3. So who is the Hawks' biggest rival? Hawks won 83 games against the Bombers. Then Bombers win 84 out of 85. Then the Hawks won 86. There you go, Bon. There you go, Mario. Sounds like the Bombers are. Michael, OG cellar dweller, accounted for. Michael's in the basement. Michael, is this Laffy Taffy Michael? Or yep. Oh, no, this is a different Michael. Too many Michaels. Laffy Taffy is Mike. All right, Michael, welcome back into the basement, Mike. The Rangers, I don't know. We've been discussing this all night. It's got to be Laffy. Michael.
Then everybody just realized how cool it was.
Torts, is he going to the Bruins? Or you're hoping he goes to the Bruins? I was saying, Mike, you will have a stroke. I was telling the guys, Mike, OG Mike, is going to have a stroke on the rumors that Laviolette, if they don't make the playoffs, gets fired, and Tortorella comes back to the Rangers because Chris Drury was thinking about hiring Tortorella the first time around before he hired Laviolette. I said OG Mike would have a stroke if they brought Tortorella back. So, Mike, you're saying Tort's going to go to the Bruins. Here's a question for you, Johnny. Can the batter still hit the ball if it hits the ground? No. That ball hits the ground. If it stays behind the line, it's a foul ball. No, he can't. Once it hits the ground, he can't hit it again. I wouldn't be surprised, Michael. So how's that Jim Montgomery firing going for the Bruins, huh? That was a really great move. Firing Montgomery. Wow, that was smart. That's what I'm talking about. Firing coaches because something falls off the map. I always bring up the Lightning and John Cooper. Yzerman, thank you. GM Yzerman did not give up on John Cooper because he saw the potential. He saw he had the team, even when they had the record-setting 2019 year for wins in a season. And they got swept by the 8th-seeded John Tortorella-led Columbus Blue Jackets with Sergei Bobrovsky in net. Didn't fire him. And what happens? They win the next 2 Stanley Cups in a row. And they had lost the Stanley Cup previously in 2015 to the Chicago Blackhawks. And he still didn't fire him. In New York, gone. Get him out. Let's get rid of him. The guy's the longest standing head coach in the league. I would take him as my coach in a heartbeat. But he got the chances. Go figure. He went from Ben Bishop as goalie to Andrei Vasilevsky, very young goalie at the time. And what did he turn out to be? Oh, maybe the greatest goalie of his era, next to Marc-Andre Fleury. Oh, wow, he gave a coach a chance. I don't want to fire Laviolette. Even if they don't make the playoffs, I still don't want to fire him. I just don't. People tell me I'm crazy. I have other people agree with me. I don't believe in getting rid of coaches that fast. I don't want to see Laviolette go. I just don't. Mike, I do agree with you, though, that, yes, he might have lost the team, and sometimes it has to happen that way. But I do agree with that point. I understand that point. But sometimes we got to lay it down on the players. We were the number 1 team in the league last year, and now they've fallen off a map. And they brought in too many players at too many different times. Our entire defense, except for Braden Schneider, is a joke. The entire defense is a joke outside of Schneider. Schneider's the most consistent player on defense all season. Warriors of the world, OG cellar dweller, Staff Sergeant Thomas in the basement. Top of the 7th here, 1 out. Ryan Yarbrough, 3-1, still working on the same batter. Herrera's now it's walked them. Now he walked them.
The Diamondbacks are not going to go away. They're not going to say, well, we took 2 games. They grind. They keep
Bombers.
So the Yankees know this too. That's why they have to stay that long. With a reliever, they're going to go to a high guy.
Well, 1st and 2nd now, nobody out. See? 9-3 is a nice lead, but the D-backs are not just going to go away. So now we're going to go to another reliever getting warmed up. It looks like Fernando Cruz. I just caught a glimpse. I'm assuming it's Cruz warming up. Mortal enemies, all the brawls had over the years were brutal. I've seen some. Yes, I've seen some. Thanks to you guys. Great to see you in the basement. Amen. No. No what, Michael? I missed some stuff. Torts going to the Bruins. Red Sox, AL East. Yankees, no. Red Sox winning the East. I don't know about that. I don't know who's going to win it. I don't think the Red Sox are going to be staying in the basement either. I'm a Yankee fan that would like to see the Red Sox back. Like, it's not fun when one of our teams is not good. I know I have friends of mine that are diehard Red Sox fans, and they say the same thing. When the Red Sox were good and the Yankees weren't, a couple times, we didn't make it, or the rivalry's not there. You need both teams at the top of the AL East battling it out. That's what makes it really fun. When one team is not good and the other one is, it's not the same feeling. Base hit. Here we go. All of a sudden, bases loaded. Nobody out. 9-3. Bases loaded. Nobody out. This game is taking a long time, even though it's been 2 hours and 15 minutes. Here we go. Bullpen. Carlos Carrasco pitched a great game today. Our bullpen comes in. Not looking good. Bases loaded. Nobody out. I just had that. How did I fall backward? Bulldog. Another cellar dweller accounted for. Bulldog's in the basement. Man, I'm waiting. I don't know what the hell happened there. Am I this far behind? No way. Hey, Johnny and Dwellers, Bulldog. I'm just going to pick an area and just go from there. Well, you guys are typing a lot. Holy crap. Let me catch up. Fly ball. Grand slam, guys. There it is. 9-7. Thank you, Ryan Yarbrough, for participating today. Loads the bases up, nobody out, then gives up the grand slam. Now it's 9-7. Thank you very much, Yarbrough. Yankee fans are booing. What the hell was that? 9-7 now, guys. Look at that. Now it's a 2-run game. He just gave up a grand slam, loads the bases up. There's nobody out, by the way. Nobody out. Send Ryan Yarbrough right out of town, man. Get him out of here. Goodness gracious. And he gave up an opposite field grand slam to boot. Wow. Patrick Wow is definitely not a Nordique. Yeah, I didn't think so. I'm in my first season of doing the tipping, currently in third. Right, Gunner. We're trying to get Snazzy in. Boy, grand slam, 9-7. Now it's going to be a nail biter the rest of the way. Ground ball. Hey, we got an out. Hey, we got an out. I love that Ben Rice took Juan Soto's number, 22. Isn't that great? Forsberg and Waugh, Quebec Nordiques before they moved to Colorado. Patrick Waugh played for the Nordiques. I mean, actually played for them before they moved. I didn't look it up yet. I'm not sure about that. I just realized my stream was like 15 minutes behind for some reason. Oh, then you're about to see the Grand Slam. Josh Naylor up. Ryan Yarbrough, thanks for showing up. Man, we give you a 6-run lead to come out here. You're a brand new Yankee from – hey, Gunner, that's one of your guys. That's a Blue Jay there on the mound. We don't do that here. No one told them when they got him from the Blue Jays. No one told Yarbrough we don't do that here. Just gave up a grand slam, man. 9-7. Good day, Haynes. Yep. Bruin Whippersnapper. Staff Sergeant Thomas and Mick, how about doing well? How about yourself? Mick, how are you? I'm going to blow through some of everybody saying hello to each other. Lee Matthews was named the greatest player of the century. He was a brilliant player and loved to take the opinion out. Yes. Everything I saw on Lee Matthews, I was fascinated with. What an outstanding player. Yes, Snaz, we do have to do a basement meetup one day. And you're from Lindenhurst, man. I mean, you were right near me. Josh Naylor, that looks like he's flying out. 2 outs now. I guess Ryan Yarbrough wanted to load up the bases and just get that grand slam out of the way. Just get it out of the way because we got the next 2 batters out. Aaron Boone's taking him out now. See, oh, Mark Leiter's coming in. He gave up a grand slam the other day. Great. Why not bring him in? Ovechkin, 2 goals away. Snazzy, we do. You're in the Discord, man. I'll let you guys know when I'm going to be out on the island, man. We do. We got to get together for something. I did it with the guys in Buffalo. Me and Medication drove 12 hours round trip in the same day. We weren't planning on doing that, but we just did it. Holy crap. The Matlin's G pulled off that crap. What? Did you typo something or I'm just missing something, Michael? Sorry. Sports talk with Will. Bulldogs, same here, Staff Sergeant. Never take a day for granted. Bruins have fallen. Oh, man. Will, you missed the poll. Who do you think is going to finish dead last? The Bruins, who are now dead last with 69 points, or the Buffalo Sabres, who have 70 points? Who's finishing dead last? Just type in your answer. The poll, all the other dwellers, I can't tell you if you didn't see it. So let's just see who you vote for. Will, you got that right. How is sport career coming along? That's like trying to be crazy if the Bruins let you up. Swaying way back, Tony and I versus the Bombers. Hawks first game last year. Bon, how is Easter of the World doing? This game feels like it's just taking a long time because it is. Our bullpen is Bulldog going well. Staff Sergeant Thomas hoping to be a commentator for a high school football. And Bulldog, I've seen you talk, man. You're good. It's like Gardini. I tell these young guys, man, you guys need to take advantage and get out. You guys have all this stuff, all this social media stuff. You guys need to take advantage, man, especially you knowledgeable guys. Bulldog is a knowledgeable dude. Gardini's a knowledgeable guy. Mark Leiter's in. His ERA is 11.57. Why is that, Johnny? Because he gave up a grand slam just a couple games ago. So why not bring him in right now? Boy, how do you feel when you're the new guy on the team? You have a 9-3 lead. They bring you in just, to break you in. Look, man, it's a 6-run lead. We're in the 7th inning. Load up the bases, and then give up a grand slam. 4 runs before you get anybody out. That's got to be a great feeling when you're the new guy on the team. Hey, fellas, thanks, man. Yeah, great. Yeah. Then they take you out of the game. What an intro to your new teammates. Sounds good, Will. Snazzy, I'm really excited for the Golden State late. Yeah, that's going to be huge. I have a hard time going for Jimmy Butler, though, man. After I love Steph Curry. A hard time going for Jimmy Butler after he quit on Miami the way he did. Just quit. He quit. And he gets rewarded going to the Warriors. I'm not a Laker fan either, but I'm a LeBron fan. So I that's a great game. That's just a classic matchup. Mark Leiter strikes him out. We're out of the inning, but, man, now we only have a 2-run lead, guys. We only have a 2-run lead. That's it. Going great here, mate, Staff Sergeant. Snazzy, my top 3 players in the NBA. Jokic, SGA, Snazzy, yes, and Luka, SGA. Watch out for the Thunder, guys. The West has a lot of tough teams, man. The West got some tough teams. NBA West got some tough teams. Even sneaky tough teams like the Houston Rockets. Like, watch out. There are some tough teams in the West. Way more than the teams in the East. Bruin. Who are the Bruins? Oh, Mr. Marine said the Bruins are going to be the worst. He did in a Jeopardy answer. Who are the Bruins? Oh, boy. So that's another vote for the Bruins. Bruin and Bulldog. Tortorella's past his time. Coaches like him don't work as well. And it's sad because those are the coaches that say it like it is. The New York Knicks coach, Tom Thibodeau, is one of those kind of coaches. Tom Coughlin, who won those Super Bowls with the Giants over the heavily favored Patriots in both of those Super Bowls, was one of those kind of coaches. No, everybody wants to pat you on the back players coaches nowadays, and that doesn't always work. I mean, obviously it does work, but those old school yell and scream and really let you know where you stand coaches, Tortorella's thing got a little old, I guess. Bond, I guess. Staff Sergeant Thomas. Oh, yeah. Bruin, everybody's hating on your Bruins. Marchand went to the Panthers. Can you imagine? The team they couldn't beat, he gets sent to. Couldn't give him his money. My eldest grandson plays first game of footy this Sunday. He's under the 12s. It'll be a very proud moment. It's awesome. Maybe one day we'll see him in the pros. Bruins, Staff Sergeant Thomas, they're playing against Montreal, if that's what you're asking. Oh. I need them to beat Montreal. Another time I have to go for a Boston team. Keep Peter on. I don't want to fire Laviolette. Not at all. Not at all. If they don't make the playoffs, still, you don't fire that guy. No. Start holding some of these players accountable. And Lafreniere, to Mr. Marine, Staff Sergeant Thomas's point, he always said Lafreniere was a bum. Me and Laffy Taffy said, no, give him a chance. And then we looked really good on that for a minute because Lafreniere came through. And then what happened? He gets his money, disappears entirely. Disappears. It's gone. Don't know what happened to Lafreniere. Mika passes too much. We pay you to shoot, man. We pay you to shoot. He passes on shot opportunities. Like, why? I always liked Mika, but it's time for him to go. There's a few players that need to go. And Laviolette doesn't need to go. I'm sorry. Next Rangers head coach will be Brian Leach or Larry Robinson. Hey, remember when Mark Messier wanted the job a while ago? He threw his hat in the ring for that for a little while. 3-0 game's over. Great. Wonderful. Man, and the Rangers, we already went over who the Rangers have left. The Flyers are the only team that's not in the playoffs that the Rangers have left in their last 7 games. We got the Lightning twice. The Panthers, the Hurricanes, the Devils, somebody else in there. I mean, what an ending road the Rangers have to try to get in the playoffs. And those teams, by the way, are still fighting, even though they're in the playoffs, they're still fighting for seeding in the playoffs. So they're going to be playing hard. I don't think the Rangers are going to make the playoffs, guys. Dominguez, someone needs to get us some runs back here, guys. Bottom of the 7th inning. I mean, come on. The Diamondbacks are for real, guys. The D-backs are for real. Bruin, yes, losing 2-0. The Bruins are going to rebuild or do a retool around Pasternak. By the way, Bulldog, you didn't give us your answer. Unless you did and I didn't get to it yet. Man, you guys are typing up a storm. I'm going to go over some that people are just saying hello. Bruin, Michael, yep, Lamario. There used to be a lot of fights in the old days of the Western Derby, too. Oh, man, yeah. Mick, thank you, sir. Pokemon cards are waiting. Okay, Mick. Well, you got to have fun, man. 1-2 on Dominguez, who grounds out the third. Will he beat the throw? He's out by a step. Michael, you're right. Yeah, I'm telling you, man. That's just how I feel about it. Smokey, welcome into the basement, Smokey, honorary dweller, Smokey. The Spankies, man, I'll tell you what, they better not blow this, man. They better not blow this. Smokey, welcome in the basement, 45. Love it, man, love it. The Spankies. They better They were up until Yarborough came in the game, Smokey. Man. Lamario, I think the Blue Jays are going to win it. Toronto's 5-1. 5-2. I think they're 5-2, Lamario. Volpe with a ground out. The Yankees are uninspiring and answering back to the grand slam that Ryan Yarborough welcomed himself to the team with. I think he pitched another game over the weekend. But overall, that's where we're at. I hope Mark Leiter doesn't come out in the 8th inning. I don't like that guy. Trent Grisham, 2 for 3, double, 2-run home run, 3 RBIs. I told you guys, this is my honorary mention when I talk about my favorite Yankees. It's important to have great bench players, guys, and he is a phenomenal bench player. We'll probably best to rebuild at this. And goalies, Bruin goalies used to never be the problem, right? Olmark and Swayman. Olmark got traded away, to Ottawa? It would have fallen off the map for the Bruins. I was very surprised. But I'm a Ranger fan. What can I say? Boy, the Bruins and the Rangers are like 2 of the best teams in the conference, right? And now where are we at? Jokes. Both of our teams are jokes, Bruin. Both of our teams are jokes. Effing sucks. There goes Johnny. Yeah. What's up with Stanton? Elbows. Yeah. Michael, he had elbow tendonitis. He switched his batting style and stance. And you got to give Stanton a lot of credit because in 2023, he batted around the Mendoza line most of the year. And he said he was embarrassed. He was going to work hard in the offseason to change that. And he did. Last year, he played really well. Remember in the playoffs, he was 273? 7 home runs and 16 RBIs. Grisham bounced off. Can he beat the pitcher to the bag? He does. He does. Trent Grisham ran his ass off on a ground to the first base. Bobbles the ball, gets a little deeper in the hole. Look at that. Because he sprinted, he made it. Sprinted out the box. I'm way behind. This is definitely it is a different Michael. It's not Laffy Taffy, but he's a Michael that's been part of the basement. I know who it is now, but it's not him. JB disappeared. Am I that far behind? All right, let me catch up. Let me really catch up. Snazzy, do you know for the Rangers-Flyers game on TNT, they're letting Sam Rosen and his old commentator, I forgot his name, doing the call? That'll be John Davidson, sir. Snazzy, it'll be John Davidson. The commentator Sam Rosen was before Joe Micheletti now. And before that was Phil Esposito. The only reason Phil Esposito can't be a part of that TNT with Sam Rosen is he still works a lot for the Lightning. He's one of the big founders of the Tampa Bay getting a hockey team in the Lightning. So Phil Esposito was Sam Rosen's original commentating partner. Man, on first, we got 0-2 right now on JC Escara. And then John Davidson came in, and then Joe Micheletti now has been with him for over 25, 26 years. Snazzy, I love Ben Rice too, man. Number 22, and there's fans in the stands with 22 and put Rice over it, or putting not Soto. I wouldn't write on my own jersey, but that's what they're doing. Ravish, Singh, what's happening? Singh, you're another cellar dweller accounted for in the basement. What's happening, Singh? Welcome back. Welcome back, my man. Bruin, Judge has more home runs than Rockies have runs scored. That's funny. Yep, JD doing well. There you go. Mr. Marine, Staff Sergeant Thomas. It's taken me a minute to get used to that. Staff Sergeant Thomas. I don't watch UCL, Singh. I don't watch UCL. I'm sorry, man. I don't watch UCL. Not because I don't want to. It's because I watch so many sports right now. I watch 7 different sports as it is. It's really hard to keep up with a lot of them, man. So it's not that I don't want to watch it. I just have so much on my plate right now from the basketball playoffs, hockey playoffs, baseball, soccer, footy. I got so much and NASCAR. I got so much going on right now. It's not. I record most of these things and I have to catch up on them. So it's not for any reason but that, Singh. John Davidson, Sam Rosen, blast from the past. Yes, sir, Bulldog. Lamario, great. This is the guy that caused it. Yeah, Mark Leiter. Let me catch up to where we're at now. I'm way, way behind. Let me just catch up to where we're at. Sorry if I pass over some of you guys' stuff. Let me just catch up to where we're at so we can be relevant here. Wow, you guys are way behind. Make sure I'm not passing over, but I'm going to pick it up here with
I'll get on the plane tonight and they'll talk later on there. Is that right? Huh?
pick it up here. Snazzy Jones is not Lavi player. Zach Jones, yeah, he's only playing because there's people that got injured. It's the reason Zach Jones was playing. Although I don't think Zach Jones is a bad player, but he's not, to Staff Sergeant Thomas's point, he's not you guys see Rocco's awake. Boom. Rocco is awake. Staff Sergeant Thomas, Zach Jones is inside. I think it's just because he's not a big defender, and Laviolette likes big defensemen. He likes big defensemen. Don't want to say hi, but I think the Yankees might actually lose this game. Thanks, Lamario. And you know what? You're just speaking to what I'm feeling. Ascara's working this guy over, though, man. He got it. First major league hit for Ascara, who got dropped from the Baltimore Orioles in 2022, became an Uber driver and a substitute teacher, kept fighting his way back into baseball, hit .324 in AAA last year in 52 games, and made it back to the New York Yankees at 29 years old. That is a story of a guy that never gave up. That's incredible. Fox was the only defenseman we have with the Rangers. Michael, I'll agree with you, but I will throw in Braden Schneider. Braden Schneider has been consistent all year long. It's been great. Everybody else on our defense, and I mean everybody else besides Braden Schneider and Fox, are matadors, Michael. Absolute matadors. How many 3-on-1, 2-on-1 odd man rushes do we give up and leave Igor and Jonathan Quick out in the wind? Thankfully, they re-signed Jonathan Quick to another deal. Another one-year deal, and I love it. We have the best 1-2 goalie tandem in the league. My hockey teams are a joke, too. Oh, I hear you, Lamario. Who are – oh, Lamario, yeah, the Buffalo Sabres, right. Cullen, another cellar dweller accounted for, another Aussie in the basement. We got a lot of Aussies in here today. I love it. Cullen, lunchtime here. Good day, Marine. What's for lunch, Cullen? I'm just blowing through some of these. Not that I don't care about them. I'm just getting through them. Bulldog, the Bruins have had a stretch of good goalies. Tim Thomas, Tuukka Rask, Olmark, and Swayman. Right. Once they got rid of Olmark, it's just like, boy, did they go downhill. Goalies were never the Bruins' problem. Smokey! Thank you, sir, Smokey! You guys remember Smokey was the one that walked past me the other day when we were doing the Yankees barrage over the weekend. Yes, sir, Smokey. Super Smokey. Let me rephrase. Meat pie, Mr. Marine. Sam is good. Sam Rosen's a legend. What an embarrassment, disgrace the Rangers would be to not make the playoffs. And the last remaining games we have are tough. I've already set them on here. Ben Rice up. Bases loaded with 2 outs. We need to get some runs. I'm being Johnny Obvious. Ben Rice come through. Just a base hit. We'll get 2 out of these 3 runs in. 2 out of these 3 runs in. Swinging and missing is not going to help. Strike 2. Sam Rosen's a legend, and they should be ashamed of themselves if they don't make the playoffs. But again, we have the Lightning, the Panthers, the Hurricanes, all these teams coming up. And we played the Lightning twice. I mean, we got the Flyers, but again, the last time we played them, we lost. Come on, Rocco. Rocco's awake, saying what's up, wants his TV time. He's wondering, how is this game still on? It's been 2.5 hours. We're only in the bottom of the 7th. Cullen, it's an Aussie thing, Mr. Marine. You guys are typing machines, man. I love it, though. I love it. I love it. Rocco, not so much, because he wants to go out probably pretty soon. What we got? 40 years of Sam Rosen, by the way. He also called New York Giants games as well. He's supposed to be doing something with Clyde Frazier soon, too. So, sounds good, Cullen. Gunnar, since being traded to Ottawa this season, Cousins was on ice for 6 of the 8 goals Buffalo scored against Ottawa, including one where his pass was picked by Krebs for a goal. It's amazing, Gunner, right? Buffalo Sabres, top 10 offense, and isn't even close to the playoffs. That 13-game losing streak the Buffalo Sabres had in what was that, December? That killed them. That 13-game losing streak killed them, Gunner. That's what killed the Buffalo Sabres, man. Saying in soccer, what do you watch? MLS matches? I watch U.S. men's national team. I watch MLS, and I watch the Premier League. I'm an Arsenal fan and a New York Red Bulls fan. Saying, Arsenal Gunners. I'm an Arsenal fan. They're not going to win the Premier League this year, but I am a Gunners fan, and I'm looking forward to Arsenal playing Real Madrid. That is going to be a classic matchup, Saying. Classic matchup. Ben Rice struck out with the bases loaded. He really worked that pitcher, man, but he struck out. Mike, you got that right. Michael, I'm in the Air Force. All right, Michael. Michael is Air Force. We have a Marine. We have Army. We have everybody in here, man. That's awesome, Michael. Good. Glad to hear it. Johnny voted for the Sabres. Well, we had a vote for the Sabres in the poll. Well, Staff Sergeant Thomas went with the Bruins, and you're going with them. The Boston Bruins, I think they won that poll of finishing dead last because of the goal differential. They are negative 52 on goal differentials this year. Negative 52. Sorry, Bruin, that I'm doing that because it's the drop off of the goalies. Between the goals you guys scored and the goals you guys gave up is a negative 52. You're not the San Jose Sharks who are negative 89. Negative 89. It's true, Rocco. It's a negative 89. Negative 89. You're an embarrassment. The San Jose Sharks have 177 goals for and 265 against. Whatever comes out to 89. But yeah, isn't that crazy? That is, it's wow, you suck. Oh, by the way, the Rangers lost to the Sharks at one time this year. So anyway, let me keep going with these. Great story. So glad he got his first hit. Yeah, Scarra. What a story, man. Talk about a guy not giving up. Get dumped by the Baltimore Orioles in 2022. You become an Uber driver. You become a substitute teacher. You fight your way through to get back in the minor leagues. And you make it to the New York Yankees as a backup catcher. Wow. I know, Rocco. It's insane. It's true, though. All right, we're going to the top of the eighth. Can we get out of this inning very fast, please? That's insane because he beat out other catchers that were backup, in the pro, like Alex Jackson. When he came over with Fernando Cruz from the Cincinnati Reds, he was supposed to be the backup. He beat him out, man. This is a guy that has not played in the pros ever. Who's this guy? Some trainer or somebody just for the Diamondbacks just decides to jog out from their bullpen while we're about to start the inning. Oh, Mark Leiter's first pitch. Oh, thank God. Cody Bellinger's playing right field. Oswald Peraza is in for defensive purposes at third base. Paul Goldschmidt, defensive purposes at first. Is Judge out of the game? Bellinger's in right field now. Trent Grisham. Is he out of the game, Rocco? Is he out of the game? How many outs? I'm way behind. Let me catch up again. Man, I love it. I love you guys are typing this much. All right, we got one out. No, Cullen did not hear about that. What happened there? What happened there, Cullen? I did not. I have to look that up. All right, Rocco, come on. Rocco just demands to be on TV right now. Schneider is the best this year. He's worth the money, no doubt. Braden Schneider has been a monster. Monster. Marines first in, great guys, no doubt. Mr. Marine, Michael, Mr. Marine can tell you stories. That guy has been through it tenfold. Been through it. You name the war, he's been in it. Staff Sergeant Thomas. You name it, he's been in it. Staff Sergeant Thomas has been a part of my channels. He might have been my 10th or 11th subscriber. Like, he's been with me a long time. He's a great guy, and he has plenty of stories, man, and they are scary, man. So he's been through it all. Strike to right. Struck him out. Buffalo. What the hell was that? Buffalo had Ottawa's number this season, swept the series 4-0 and outscored them 17-5. And the Senators are the number one wild card right now. Buffalo, I mean, come on, man. Buffalo made Igor leave the game 6-0. Buffalo crushed the Rangers 2 times this year. And it wasn't Igor's fault, which we know the haters all say it is. Buffalo even crushed the Rangers this year twice. To think that they're so out of it is just crazy. I was angry at how little the Rangers shot the puck on the Rangers' power play is falling off the map. What are you looking at, Rocco? What's over there? He's looking at something. Something's got his attention down there. I was like, what is there, a mouse or something? What's going on? Staff Sergeant Thomas, Rocco is a fighter. He's basement strong. He is a fighter. He's a fighter. He gets shots now for his arthritis. They're giving him shots, and they've been working. He's walking better. He's a fighter. He's 14. He'll be 15 in October, which seems far away, but it's not. It's already April. That's going to drop in. Lamario, we had a tough schedule coming up. We got the Lightning, the Bruins, the Blue Jackets, the Lightning, Toronto, and then Philadelphia. And that, I got to tell you, Lamario is easier than ours. It's easier than ours. The Rangers got a harder one, Lamario, and I hate to say it. I wish my comparison was wrong. The Rangers, the only easy team, and I won't even say easy. I won't even dare say easy. We don't do anything easy. The only team that isn't in the playoffs that we're playing, Lamario, is the Flyers. Everybody else is in. Cullen, ex-Australian Navy here. Another service member. Thank you, Cullen. Another member. Bulldog, Johnny, how do you feel about Gabe Perreault making his NHL debut against Minnesota? I love it. Why not get him in? Love it. Love it, Bulldog. Love it. Why not get him in, man? Get everybody in, because the guys that we have outside of Panarin, the guys that we have aren't shooting. I even like the kid Brian Berard. I think in the future he's going to be really good. Will Cooley has come along. He went from a fourth-line player. He's been up as far as the first line at times this year. Will Cooley is a dog, man. Will Cooley is a dog. I love that kid, man. That kid is going to be good for us for a long time. Love it. Saying, oh, Johnny Arsenal, you got they are decade shockers. It's my team, man. That's who I go for. Saying Arsenal. Yep, I do. Arsenal and the New York Red Bulls, who my Red Bulls made the final and lost to the LA Galaxy, and they were the 7th seed going into the play. I just don't like that they don't have playoffs. We need playoffs. If you're a number one team all year like Liverpool is, they already know they got the championship. They can just cruise. This is such an American thing, Singh. Such an American thing. But I do feel that playoffs determine if you're number one in the league, you should have to prove it in the playoffs. I know, well, they proved it all regular season, and I get it. But it's kind of a buzzkill because now they can just cruise. Liverpool can cruise the rest of the year and know they have the championship. It's like you got to test that number one. And I know the tournaments and everything else that goes on. I'm talking about within the Premier League. It needs to happen. They need a playoffs. You won the regular season. Let's see how you do. My New York Rangers won the regular season last year. We were the number one team in hockey, President's Trophy. Lost in the playoffs. We were proven we had to prove our number one status, and we lost. We lost in a 7-game series. That's what I want to see, playoffs. Cullen, some good divers you got in the Navy. Bulldog, I don't like Arsenal. Come on, Chelsea. Bulldog, I didn't know you were at Chelsea. Rocco, yeah, Bulldog, he went through Rocco went through a rough time last fall, man. His glands on his throat was all the way out. His heart and liver enzymes were high, and the vet was kind of preparing us, that his time might be coming. But they gave him these antibiotics, Bulldog. They gave him some medications to help lower that because he could hardly breathe. It was scary. And it worked. Everything worked. Rocco is 100% deaf. That's why he barks a lot again, because he's trying to hear himself. And he's 3/4 blind. He is. I just took him in he gets a monthly shot for his arthritis. But he's hanging in there. He's basement strong. He's basement strong, Rocco. He ain't going anywhere. So that's what catch you up on that, Bulldog. All right. Man on first, 2 out. Luke Weaver is in. Luke Weaver. Let's go, Luke. Come on, man. We just got to maintain this. Get a run. Let's get some insurance runs in the bottom of the inning, please. And let's just maintain this and win this freaking game. Johnny, what's the reason for picking Arsenal? Any reason or just vibes? I'm not a bandwagoner, Singh. In other words, I'm not going to pick Man City and Man United and teams that always win. I don't want to be a part of a team that always wins. I grew up with the New York Yankees, but when I grew up with them, they weren't good in my era. When I started watching them, and they made the World Series in 1981, this is when I started watching. I saw one World Series before 1996. I was like 8 years old when I saw my first World Series. Then I saw a second one in 81. The first one was 78 that I saw. 81, the Yankees lost. They didn't even see a World Series till 96. So all these championships, me growing up, I didn't see any between 78 and 96. That's a long time. So there was really no bandwagon I hopped on then. I was too young to understand that. I'm just not a bandwagoner saying I don't believe there's fans that become a fan of a sport and they immediately look at who wins the most amount of times, which would have been like Man United, right? Oh, I'm going to be a fan of them, so I can always talk crap about my team. I like to pick teams that are dogs, that are fighters, that try hard to get that win. I'm just not a bandwagoner person. Most of my teams aren't bandwagon. Knicks, no bandwagon there. They haven't won. They haven't won since I was 2 years old. New York Jets, I've never seen them in a Super Bowl. I know. The Yankees are the only team that I've seen win multiple times, and I saw the New York Rangers win. So that's why I sing. I just can't go. And that kid, Saka, for Arsenal, Saka, watch out. He missed 3 months. That crushed them. Saka being gone for 3 months, saying, crushed Arsenal. That kid, watch out for that kid. Rocco's got to go outside. He's got to go outside. I'm going to have to take him, guys. You're going to have to bear with me. I'm going to have to take him. This is becoming a 3-hour game, which is unusual. We usually don't go 3 hours. Sabres have the worst defense in the conference, while the Bruins have the worst offense in the conference. Crazy. And UPL is one of the better goalies in the league. Another example of a goalie getting thrown under the bus by a terrible defense. UPL just gets thrown under the bus like Igor, man. No, Singh, you knew kind of new to the channel, man. Rocco is old. He's everything you just heard me say. So he just woke up, and when he wakes up, he's usually got to go outside, which I'm going to have to do with him. Bottom of the 8th inning coming up, so we're almost there. You know what's funny? He'll do that, and I'll take him outside, then he sniffs everywhere. But it's dark out, so it's hard for him to see. And I have huge flashlights and everything for him. But like I said, he's hanging in there, though. We've had him since he was 3 months old. All right, bottom of the 8th inning. The Yankees need some insurance runs. And by that, I mean we need to add on to our 2-run lead. I'd like to see at least another run, but 2 or 3 would be nice. Cullen Hughes, don't have guns no more. A la Madrid. Hey, Arsenal and Madrid. I can't wait for that game, Singh. I cannot wait for that game. It's going to be a great one. That's going to be a great game. Cops got that. I got to look that up, Bon. I got to look that up, guys. I really want to see that. Staff Sergeant Thomas. Rocco is Marine in dog way. Tough as nails. No joke. Remember, guys, last September when we were talking about Rocco, remember that, man. And look at him now. He's still hanging in. They didn't even think those antibiotics were going to work, and they worked. I felt so horrible because he could barely breathe. I was scared. I was scared. I didn't want him to choke to death. But, the dogs get older, man. Cody Bellinger up, bottom of the 8th. Let's go, let's go. Haven't heard of that either, Cullen. Bond, back soon. All right, Bond. It's a real worry, Bond. 1 second, guys. I got something. 1 second.
Big birthday in life, that when you turn 21. Right?
Give Rocco a little bone right now so he can hang in there for the bottom of the 8th, and the Yankees closing out in the top of the 9th. Yeah, Cullen, that's the big thing. I hope it's not terrorist related. Most of the time, it is a couple of clowns and jackasses, man. Absolute disgrace. Yep, I hate seeing that. We have idiots like that over here, and usually it's just idiots. Just idiots. And they want to get 15 minutes of fame on the news and the media, and then you never see them again. They're locked up forever. Everybody forgets about it. I mean, we get that over here. Lamario, right? Just think about it. There was no playoffs for the NFL. Kansas City would just cruise past everybody, right? It is an American bias because we're used to playoffs. I just couldn't imagine not being tested. In soccer, like, for instance, football, we call it soccer. I know it's football, though. It really is football. They do have their tournaments. They do have their other things that happen where they can consider themselves champions in other areas. I'm just talking in their leagues themselves. Judge! Oh, that was a big swing. He's 3 for 4 tonight, 4 RBIs, 3-run homer. This guy is just a monster. I just feel you should be tested in your own league. You've been number 1 all year. Let's see if you can do it under pressure. Because playoffs bring pressure. They bring the pressure of you having to prove that number 1 status. Look at the Cleveland Cavaliers this year. What are they, 62-15? You don't think they're going to feel pressure when they play like the Celtics in the playoffs? You think that's going to be easy for them? No, it's not going to be easy for them. There's a lot of pressure on them. It's pressure when you get there. Like, man, now we really got to do it. All the things you did during the year is out the window. Judge, ground out to short. Cullen isn't Sky News, the best channel to watch there. Reds suck. They're about to lose 1-0 for the really, Bruin? They're about to lose 1-0 for the 3rd game in a row? Wow, that's freaking scary. That does. Bulldog, sorry to hear that about Rocco. Great basement mascot. Yes, sir. He is a bomb basement mascot. And he's basement tough. If you had seen him in September, you wouldn't think he'd be here now, and we weren't prepared. But nope, he came through. Like Staff Sergeant Thomas said, Rocco is Marine strong in a dog way. Exactly right. Saying, I agree, Johnny. Playoff build more hype. Also in cricket, IPL has playoffs. That's right. And it makes it exciting, Sing. The playoffs make you prove your number 1 status. It does. I'm sorry. It's a buzzkill. I love Premier League soccer, but it's a buzzkill that Liverpool can now just comfortably coast the rest of the year. They don't have to prove anything. Oh, well, they proved it during the regular season. I have other people tell me this. Yeah, but so what? Now the pressure's on. Can you do it when it really matters? Can you do it if you had a 1-game playoff against Arsenal? Can you do it? If you had a best of 7 where you have to win 4 games, the first one to win 4. We have that in baseball, basketball, and hockey here. The first one to win 4 games wins that series. That's a lot of pressure, especially when you're the team that's been dominating all year. Sorry, Bruin, but ask Bruin, Sing. Bruin is a Boston Bruins fan. 2 years ago, they were the number 1 record-setting team for wins in a regular season and lost in the playoffs. They didn't even make the championship game. The Tampa Bay Lightning had the record-setting 2 years prior, and they got swept in the first round. They didn't even win 1 game. It's pressure. It's a lot of pressure to live up to it. So I think it puts it on who are your real players that can get it done under pressure. And that, The playoffs determines that, man. It really does. So you know it. You're a cricket fan. You got that playoffs, man. It shows who can step up under pressure and who folds under pressure. Just the way it is. It's the way it is. Jazz is up. Nobody on, 2 outs, bottom of the 8th. So we're going to have Devin Williams come up, unless Jazz wants to crank a homer out of here. I became a Chelsea fan because I toured their stadium, Stamford Bridge, in the summer of 2019. Love the history behind the team. Ever since we got a new owner in 22, we have fallen from grace. What, did Woody Johnson take over the team, Bulldog? Just a joke, but you know what I mean. Woody Johnson take over the team? Cullen, that means they're covering up. Not good. Yeah, that's not good. The media. I know what you're talking about. So the Yankees have the Pirates, Gleyber Torres, and the Detroit Tigers coming up. Then the Giants after that. Tomorrow they play at 4:15. That's a weird start time for a Friday. Chisholm worked the walk. Jazz works a walk. Joe, sorry, I didn't mean to blow past you there. I'm a New England fan. I just want to say y'all played good on Saturday. Joe, man. New England Revolution you're referring to, Red Bulls, New York. We're missing Lewis Morgan and Harper, and that's killing us. The Revolution really played strong, man. Really played a strong game there, Joe. Welcome into the base. Subscribe, hit the bell notice. Yes, I'm a big MLS fan. And New York has always had a problem going to New England. Jazz going to steal second. Safe. So, Joe, yeah, man. We should have won that game. I just should have won. New England, I can't believe they haven't had a goal all year. I know they technically had one, but the other team scored on themselves. That was a hell of a free kick, though, man. That scored that goal. That was a hell of a free kick. Wow. And then that penalty kick, we killed ourselves with Nealis at the end of the game. Could have gotten away with a tie and a point. That penalty was terrible. So welcome in, Joe. Welcome in. Lamario, the only World Series championship that I ever saw the Yankees was 2009. Hey, well, you saw one, right? I've seen them all, 78, 96, 98, 99, 2000, 2009. So, yeah. Man, Lamario, you missed the 90s. Oh, he's off the bag. He's out. Are they reviewing this? Oh, Jazz is out, man. He slid. He was safe. But Perdomo being – oh, yeah, they're reviewing it or they're not reviewing it? They're not reviewing it. He was out. Jazz slid into the basement being shortstop, being a great shortstop. He kept his glove on Jazz because Jazz slid and his foot went off the bag for that long, but the tag was still on him. And the umpire – the Diamondbacks aren't challenging that. He was out. Oh, well, Jason Dominguez up. I did not pick Chelsea because of their success. They won a championship league 2 years after I became a fan. There you go. Hey, I'm a Brisbane Lions fan in the AFL. They went to the grand final the year I became a fan, but they weren't predicted to do any of that. And then they won the next year. Bulldog, we've been Jet fans for how long? I've been a Jet fan going my 44th year. I've never even seen him in a Super Bowl. Can't call any Buffalo sports. Right. Can't call any Buffalo sports fan a bandwagoner. That is some very, very big-time truth. That's why I tell the people, Gunner, that say, wow, you're a Yankees fan. You're a bandwagoner. I'm like, well, okay, my other team are the Knicks. No bandwagon there. I'm a Jet fan and a Rangers fan. Yeah, the Rangers won 31 years ago in 94. Well, where's the bandwagons there? When I grew up as a Yankee fan, there was no bandwagon. They weren't even making the playoffs. That's only because one team made the playoffs. You ain't first, you're last. Dominguez struck out, so we're going to the top of the 9th. Luke Weaver's going to get the final. That's right, Devin Williams is on a paternity leave. So Luke Weaver, our closer from last year, is just going to continue on and close this one out. Let's get this done, guys. Let's get this done. Rocco will probably hang in there for the top of the 9th. Let me catch up on these. I love that you guys are typing this much. I just talk a lot. I like to take every comment into effect and comment on them. So sorry if you're waiting on me to catch up to you or whatever you guys have written. Mr. Marine, sorry, I'm not waiting to speculate at this point. Bulldog, if someone became a Bills fan today because of how good they are, that's pretty much a bandwagon. But the majority of Bills fans have been fans through all the years of mediocrity. It's tough to be, and I've said this, it's tougher to be a Bills fan than it is a Jets fan. Because the Bills fans have had more expectations than the Jets have had, and they suffered through the 4 Super Bowl losses. Then they suffered through not even making the playoffs between 99 and 2017. They didn't even make the playoffs during all that time. Then Tyrod Taylor came back and got them to the playoffs in 2017. Then they finally won a playoff game in 2019 with Josh Allen. So think about all that time between 99 and 2017. You didn't even make the playoffs. I'm a Jet fan. We haven't made the playoffs in 14 years. So it's tough being a Bills fan. Then you get Josh Allen and this great team that you have now and running to Kansas City. Cincinnati, I really still, that one bothers me because I really feel the Buffalo Bills were better than Cincinnati. And it's even worse that the media loves Joe Burrow, but Josh Allen's overrated. And the Bengals didn't even make the playoffs. And we can say it. People say, well, you can't count that because it was week 1. Oh, I can count it. The Bengals did not make the playoffs because they lost to the New England Patriots. It could be week 1. It could be whatever you want. They lost that game. They didn't make the playoffs. Joe Burrow is still, and he is a great quarterback, but he's highly regarded, and Josh Allen is made fun of. And Josh Allen does nothing but carry this team on his back year in and year out. Yeah, he's the problem. Like I said, I always tell Gunnar made that great comment saying that Igor is the Josh Allen of hockey. Right. He gets the overrated tag. Right. Igor and Josh Allen. Right. They're the problems of their teams. They're the reason why these teams don't make it. It's stupid. So Gunnar made a great comment on that, and it's true. Johnny, have you ever watched Arsenal Fan TV on YouTube? I have not, Bulldog. I have not. I'm so wrapped up in so many of these sports keeping up, Bulldog, that I really haven't. Come on, Weaver. We got strike 2 now. Strike 2. Let's go. Let's close this thing out. Bruin, the Reds don't suck anywhere near the level of the Braves. Oh, Bulldog, I'm sorry about your Braves. Speaking of a rough time, geez, what are they, 0-7? And they had a 5-0 lead, Bulldog, 5-0 lead on the Dodgers. Goodness. Stay in. Nope. Bruin, this is all after they dropped 12. Oh, man, Bruin, yeah, no doubt. 12 runs. Right. Capitals won the President's Trophy as well at one point. They lost the first round too. Yeah, sure. The biggest upset in the first round of all time, Lamario, and I've said it in here 1,000 times, and people are probably tired of hearing it. The 2019 Tampa Bay Lightning. That's my second favorite team. You guys know it. I lived there for 13 years. I went to a ton of Lightning games. They'll never be more than the Rangers to me, but I do like them. Come on, you set the record for wins in a season and then get swept by a team that made it at the midnight hour, the Columbus Blue Jackets, and to your old coach, John Tortorella. You get swept. You're the record-setting team at the time. 2019, record-setting team. Steven Stamkos and Vasilevsky and Victor Hedman and Kucherov and Monster, Braden Point, all these guys on the team, and you get swept. Just for fun, Sergei Bobrovsky was the goalie that knocked off the record-setting team, regular season record setters in the Lightning. He was the goalie of the Blue Jackets. And it's for a trivia you can use on people down the road. Who's the only goalie to knock off the record-setting team, 2 different teams in the playoffs? Bobrovsky, Columbus Blue Jackets. Bobrovsky, Florida Panthers when they knocked off the Bruins. Hall of Fame goalie. All right, we got 2 outs now. Flew out to Dominguez. We're down to the last out. Perdomo is out. Singh. My first introduction to football was Premier League at 8 years old. I watched Ronaldo, nice, Rooney, Tevez. They were terror for opposition. I fell in love with Man United. There you go, Singh. I already knew you had to have been Man City or Man United when you talked about Arsenal. I already knew you had to be one of the two. I knew you had to be one of the two, Singh. Awesome, man. I love it. Good stuff. Quick. Another cellar dweller accounted for. Quick in the basement. What's up, Quick? We're getting down to the end of the game here, guys. Let me catch up and finish up. Raleigh, what's up, dwellers and Johnny? Raleigh, OG cellar dweller. OG Saladweller. Sorry for that. And another Marine in the basement. Raleigh. Yes, sir. Raleigh, man. These Knicks. Maybe we can beat top teams and when we get to the playoffs. Raleigh. Funny enough, Johnny, Woody Johnson was the top candidate for ownership. I guarantee it, right, because he was over in England for a while. But instead, Todd Bowley became the new owner ever since he sacked our manager, Tuchel, in 2020. We have sucked. And you know what, Bulldog? You would have sucked if Woody Johnson bought the team. You know that. You're a Jet fan like myself. So either way, your team, it would have sucked. What's up, everybody? Mr. Marine. Lamario, you were born in 2005. Yeah, I know. We do have a lot of 20-year-olds in here. You and a 25-year-old Bruin. Boom, 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 boom. The Yankees win. Luke Weaver. Let's finish up these guys. I'm going to bounce. I should be on tomorrow, 4:15 for the Yankees and Pirates. What a weird start time on a Friday, 4:15. The Glazers have turned Man United. Oh, man. Sing knows that. Man United into a disaster. They sure have. Lamario, you're. Oh, Staff Sergeant Thomas. Sing, whoever knew the cricket and football, they would know the pain of being a Man United and RCB and IPL. Man, Sing, you jump in here right when Manav leaves. Manav Joshi is an OG dweller. Sing, you gotta be in here when Manav's here. You guys are gonna be talking cricket forever. I'm telling you. Bond, Tony, these guys are all in the cricket. I think Mika Kreider and Keandre Miller all need to go. We overpaid for Borgen. Our blue line is a joke. Definitely overpaid for Borgen. Mika, gotta go. Kreider, I hate saying it, but you can't sign memories, right? You can't sign the past. It's like when they were thinking about bringing back Zuccarello. Remember? They're going to bring back Zuccarello. You can't sign the past, man. You're signing memories. Kreider, he's a hard one to see go. I wouldn't get rid of Keandre Miller, Snazzy. He's still young. He had a really pretty bad year, up and down at times, but pretty bad year. The pass he made last night in front of the net, which gave up the goal in the third period right away, that was bad. I wouldn't give up on Keandre just yet, and the reason being, Snazzy, is you give up on a young defenseman like that. And he was doing well when he was lined up with Adam Fox before Fox got hurt, and then he fell off again. Keandre Miller, I would keep, because when you get rid of a guy like that, you go looking for a guy similar to that. Like when we got rid of JT Miller, and then all of a sudden we bring him back because he got great. We got rid of him too young. We got rid of JT Miller too young, and now we're out here giving up assets for him. And by the way, Hedl ended up getting a concussion again and was out for the rest of the season. So I like Philip Hedl, but he gets hurt too much. And for those that know the Knicks, Philip Hedl was like the Mitchell Robinson of the Rangers. Great when he's playing, but when they get hurt, man, they get hurt, and they're out for a long time. Raleigh, 25 years of being a Bills and Knicks fan, and I've never seen what I'm seeing from them now. And even though it hurts to lose in the playoffs, at the least they're good. At least we're in it, right? It's better to be in it than be a Jet fan and know your season's over in October. At least you wait till January and you get the highs and the lows and the dominant and the hope that's there. So, Raleigh, this is what we're going for, man, right here. Maybe we can start beating the top teams in the playoffs. The Knicks, let's go. I got Patrick Ewing right there, Charles Oakley right there. Let's go, Knicks. Two famous Knicks, and shout out to Carmelo Anthony, first ballot Hall of Famer. Let's go. Guys, I'm going to wrap this up. Saying Blazers have destroyed United. Oh, yeah. The Blazers, right, exactly. Just finished up league bowling, won the third game by one pin. Gunner, I bet you are an ace in the hole with bowling. Problem with the Bills is our defense. Yeah, Lamario, crazy. Raleigh, I think the Bills Knicks will win the championship this decade. I really hope so. The Bills window's closing, and the Knicks, as long as you got Josh Allen, it's never closing, right? They weren't even supposed to be good this year. Go figure. And I think it's funny now that the Patriots have Stephon Diggs. Anyway, guys, let me wrap this up. Really, let me wrap this up. Bulldog Fan TV had this Arsenal fan named Claude, who used to be very critical of your very successful manager, Ars Wenger, and used to repeat the phrase, "It's time to go." Hilarious fan channel. I bet it is. I just, Bulldog, I do like 6 or 7 sports right now. It's really hard to keep up with everything. But I when it gets slows down, I can, like in the middle of the summer when it's just baseball, that's usually when I can catch up on other stuff. When the finals of the NBA and the Stanley Cup are over. Bills should win. They better win one this decade. My goodness, Gunnar, right? That's the only thing I like about Arsenal. All right, fair enough. Kansas City seems to play in the Super Bowl. I'm not worried about them. Man, it's got to piss Bills fans off seeing that. I know Dawkins said something about that. But it's like making a statement for Dawkins to say, man, seeing Kansas City lose like that, we should have crushed them. But you didn't. That's the problem. You didn't crush them. You lost. And I'm not making fun of them. I'm not making fun of the Bills. You guys know I don't hate the Bills. But when players make statements when they see the team they lost to in the playoffs get killed by the next team, man, we should have. Yeah, should have, could have, would have, but you didn't. That's the problem. You didn't. So you got to look in the mirror. Why didn't we beat that team when the Eagles smashed them? All right, Dreamweaver. Yankees win. All right, guys, I'm out of here. Gunner 25 will be 26 in a few months. Yeah, I knew that because I met you, Gunner. So I knew that one. Take care, everyone. Take care. Thanks, as always, for the support of the channel, guys. I'm out of here. Thank you so much. I should be on tomorrow, 4:15, for a weird Friday afternoon start for the Yankees. I should be. I'll let you guys know in the Discord. Other than that, guys, thanks a lot, and I'll see you all later.